Boogity boogity. Hello. Does thou eyeballs feel ready?
Oh.
Don't you love my ideas sometimes?
They've got their fucking moments.
That's great.
Emojis. A picture is worth approximately 2 characters. I always do this. I go get a glass of water, and then as I'm filling my glass of water, I go, I'm thirsty.
And
then,
drink it all?
Yeah.
Same.
All but a mouthful for when I get back.
I know.
This is why I only drink out of bottles. Like,
It's
I have
you
a
can't
2 liter,
do that then.
Yeah, I have a 2-liter bottle, and by the time I've gotten back to the couch, I still have a liter of water left. Managed to get around this because I'm genius. Yeah, look, I was showing Aaron. You can see how I got like a green eye, but for like one kind of hazel patch at the bottom, which is odd. I was telling Aaron that some girl in high school told me it was a sign that I smoked too much weed.
I believe her.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I actually thought like,
Did it
oh
appear
yeah, maybe.
there? Can you remember it being there?
Well, I
always?
mean, your eyes change and shit over the years. Like, that's just a thing that happens. So, you know, I figured, like, yeah, because my reasoning was, well, they make your eyes bloodshot. So maybe because your eyes are bloodshot all the time, it gets into the fucking, you know, that does something to the colory bit. And, like, maybe I fucked a bit up. You know, like, I had, like, an eyeball stroke.
That makes sense.
Yeah, like, that was how I fucking pieced it together. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's just, you know, it's one of those things where just eyeballs just aren't always, like, fucking, you know.
It's alright, we're playing Back for Blood with you guys. It's an open beta, which means by law we're required to play it with other people to progress.
Legally mandated fucking socializing.
Because the bots are useless.
They really are.
There's
Like,
a video
that is...
of like 3 bots running around in a circle.
So this isn't just us then. People have like...
No, I've got a feeling they just didn't put the AI in because beta.
Yeah.
But I'm hopeful because these guys built the Counter-Strike AI. They're not...
I have no...
Like the Counter-Strike AI they built is really good. They built a lot of some Counter-Strike things. I don't know much about Counter-Strike, but people who know about it know about it.
The only thing I know about Counter-Strike was my brother played the fucking surfing games. And...
They're fun.
Yeah, I know enough about Counter-Strike to know that that's weird. Like, you watch those, it's just like, huh. Because he also always used to say this shit like you can't do platforming in first person. And it's like, you can, you just have to learn. And I know this because I watch my brother and what I'm assuming are another fucking pen of autistics doing these things where they have to hone down. Like, and, you know, Counter-Strike's not like fucking one of the, you know, like fucking, you know, that parkour zombie game, you know, where there's like, you can edge grab and where it's built around being able to feel your movement in the air quasi-realistically, so you can like fucking, you know, physically arrange in your mind where the fucking ground is.
Yeah.
This fucking Counter-Strike, you're a fridge on fucking wheels.
Yeah.
And you're going down these fucking like slides. And it's like, what's this stage? Oh, well, like 50 dudes pile out. You have to survive the surf down this fucking knife. And then you'll have to land on like this glass fucking pinhead.
Yep.
And people shoot at the glass sometimes and there's just nothing to land on.
And then the combis come rolling down. And yeah, it's good fun. But yeah, you could totally platform in first person. I play Destiny, which is a game around movement.
No, again, it's
like,
just, you just have to, like, the earliest shit of like fucking, you know, when you're playing like fucking Turok on the 64 at like 25 frames a second, yeah, it's a bit of a fucking challenge. It's not really well built for it. But like, it's just another one of those things where, you know, you have bits in your brain that calculate motion and position.
Yeah.
So you just have to learn to adapt those to, you know, the artificiality of the first person experience. Yeah, the Dying Light sequel makes some bold claims that are very up my street, but also, you know, I've been fooled before, so. I mean, hopefully, but like, you know.
You just need more zombie games. More zombie games, more cowboy games, more fucking pirate games. Like, please, give me they're the bread and butters. Like, and medieval. Like, I feel like a lot of these are just.
I did
Missed out.
like Dying Light. It was a little too, you know, roguelike-y a little, like my taste exactly. I think it was better than like Dead Island.
Weren't they made by the same people?
Yeah. Like Dead Island, like, you know, you're playing Dead Island and like, you know, the trailer for Dead Island is this incredible thing of character and stuff, and then you play Dead Island and it's like, pick a cunt. And
I never
like,
played it.
well, it's basically a fucking dungeon crawler, but with first person zombies. And so you're shooting zombies and there's numbers coming up over their heads, and it's like, you've done that much damage. Now you've gotten an electric flamethrower fucking AK, and it was all that stuff that I find to be in lieu of actual content. But like the game, I mean, you know, the game played well. And like,
yeah. So the gameplay's there. It just doesn't have the background of the story and the character.
Yeah, like
There
there just was very little. Like, you know, I beat both of them. Like, so, you know, I enjoyed it. Like, you could get in a car.
Not fish. The intent of the iCam is I thought it would be funny.
Yeah, well, I mean, Aaron was complaining we had this big empty, this negative space down the bottom, and Aaron was like, "Hey, what if we just made it our eyes?" And I laughed, and it's just like that's
because the big thing we do is peeking, and it's like peeking. It's cool.
Yeah, generally, if one of us suggests something and the other person laughs, that's 80% of how we come to life choices, both major and minor. Yeah, I think it just wasn't wildly creative like the Dead Islands. You know, whatever, the Dying Light was a little more serious, so it sort of got away with it, and it had like, you know. I mean, again, it's a pretty game, you know, good lighting, good fun, you know, the first bit where you're having where you meet the fucking nighttime, the fucking parkour zombies, that's fun. Like, that's you know, because it's not deep into the game, but it's deep into your experience of running around and just trouncing the regulars.
Yeah,
you know? Like, you can just, you know, here's a ton of zombies, flippy-doo, and then they just can't get you. And like, again, that makes perfect sense. It's like, yeah, what can humans do? The zombies can't. Fucking moonsault onto a roof. It's like, yeah, that's brilliant. And then there's like fucking corpses that can do that, and they're really good at it, and they don't get tired, and they're screaming for you, and it's like, oh, I have to get home. And you're just like, and it really does that, like fucking Indiana Jones running away from the ball, but like you're fucking hooning across like rooftops and shit to like not get attacked by these things.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Like, yeah, whatever the sequel, like Dying Light 2 makes some, you know, big claims about,
what are
like,
they claiming? I haven't looked at it.
Basically that decisions you make will significantly impact the shape of the world. Like, you'll flood an area, and then so that'll be different. And it's like, I really want that to be like functionally true.
The problem is when you make that claim, I don't believe you, because what's going to happen is when you say you flood an area, yeah, you'll flood a 2-meter thing that will stay there, and yeah, that's not impactful. It'll be all just tiny little things like that have no impact.
Well, their thing was like the world, like, so the game world.
Yeah,
it'll impact the game world.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
To me, that reads as they're making a claim bigger than just, yeah, like a fucking, now this patch is different. But like, you know,
I think it will, but like using the word major is always hard because.
Yeah.
What
does that mean?
Big word.
Well, that and it's fucking relative.
It's so big,
like,
you know.
Major to what?
Yeah.
You know? Little toes major to a fucking ant.
That's why we always go to that thing of start small, because if no one else has done the big major thing, there's a reason. You know? So we'll see. Hopefully.
3 a.m. in Canada.
Lunch and...
Thought they were on metric time.
Going nuts. Is there anyone else who wants to play? We have one slot open currently. Gonna bring in people one by one into the chat.
I mean, really, like, you know.
Starting with our friend from Adelaide. He's a space alien.
If you're believing Molyneux, that's kind of on you.
His name is Runch.
The thing is like, it's not an inconceivable fucking idea. Like, it really, like, a lot of the promises that they make for these games, it's like, oh yeah, that's actually possible, because I've seen it done in other games, and it's feasible. No reason this shouldn't be there. And a lot of the time, it's just like, I mean, how was it? Half the fucking... You know, big claims that fucking Cyberpunk made are just like sort of not really there. We have a living city. It's just like fucking 24 cunts walking in a circle.
Hello, Runch.
The thing is, that shit's hard. Like,
Hello.
don't, you know.
You hear him?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Sorry to
Give me a
interrupt.
sec to download the whole game on Osnet.
Sebs, you there?
I am here.
As when we last saw Sebs, he had his copy of Rogue Squadron.
Oh, you saw me for Gears 1.
No, I'm talking about when Gabe saw you.
When Gabe last saw me.
Rogue
yeah.
Squadron?
Remember he bought Rogue Squadron at Gold Coast?
At Corona.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, when
Carrara.
we went to the Gold Coast. Yeah, went to the Gold Coast just before COVID hit.
I would like to go back to that fucking store because I feel like there's a lot of stuff there that's probably should be more expensive than
I
it
went
is.
just before the latest outbreak.
Yeah. I think that's
We can
that's
go
it.
tomorrow if you want.
Fuck yeah.
Wimbo, add me, you dipshit. You're not on my friends list for some reason. Or if you are, you're
Be
offline.
my fucking friend, you cunt.
Yeah, there's my code. Add me, please. Sir.
Is I'll be your best friend a thing still, do you suppose? Like, do you remember that from primary school? We were like, oh, do this, I'll be your best friend.
Yeah.
And like nobody, like that was never a good, you know.
No, because everyone said it.
Yeah.
There was no substance.
Well, also, if you're my best friend, I might like give it to you out of the goodness of my fucking heart. Like,
Yeah.
what do I want? Like,
Also,
know.
you need to click in the waiting room in Discord, Wimbo, and we'll pull you in. By the way, we're going to do this on
I'll give you the first float of my, you know, cyber coin.
the, we're doing this on veterans. So for those who've never played this, good luck.
What are the rules on those? Oh, well, no, it's like fucking a drink that I really wanted to get made for the bar. Several bars I worked at actually was like the stupid shitty drink for shitty fucking jerks because I maintain if you put that on a fucking menu, people will order it, and you could make that thing $50, and cunts would do it.
You want to hear the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't care.
I'm just asking because I can.
I don't know. It's kind of fucking up my ability to hear me. I'll take the headphones off for a sec. Yeah. A little bit warm in here. I'm in the hot corner. I feel like that's where, because I feel like there's I feel blowing, but I feel like it's all just pulling over here on me, you know? Because like the door's shut and the aircon's not on. So it's like the fan's spinning, but all it's doing is like whizzing shit around and then it's just going, woo, just sticking to my face. I'm right though, like I know fucking drunks, like, and there is exactly a strain of
Because
dude.
you were a fucking drunk.
Yeah. Well, you know, I also know the fucking full Pokedex of types of drunks.
Yeah.
And there is a strain of cashed up dude who's like not a bad person, really, but just like slightly too obnoxious to want to be around regularly, you know? Like it's okay if you meet him only ever at like fucking 1 a.m. on a Saturday night. But like that's it. That's as deep as this relationship can go. And like that guy will absolutely buy the stupid shitty drink for shitty fucking jerks.
Yeah.
Because they're always smart enough to know that they kind of rub people the wrong way. But it's always these like, it's just, again, it's all the soft shit, you know? Like just genuinely, you know, enjoying like Big Bang Theory. It's like, it doesn't make you a bad person, but it's just like, I don't want to ever hear you talk about it.
Hey, we should stick together.
What is that thing? Fire whole fucking Holdens? Why do you do that?
The best part of this, I think this part here is just everyone getting in the firing range and like doing a little PvP. Because it's fucking...
Oh, so it's free fire
you
and you
lose
can
your
hurt each other.
weapons.
Aaron's fucking goddamn 50 caliber fucking. Aaron's gone mad.
You shall not put me down. Shit, he's coming to put me down. Sir. Oh, he got me. Let's do this.
Yeah, like there'd be some kind of like bell or something. It couldn't, like, the initial thought would be to make the bell really loud, like some kind of like fucking Ghostbusters fucking, you know, car siren or some shit. But it would have to be just enough that you can hear it, but not that it would ever like pull fucking attention when it's busy. Maybe a light or something. The ding.
The devil's return.
I mean, I suppose that depends on the venue. Like, if you were doing one of those, like, real full tilt party venues, yeah, you just fucking, you know, the bartender should shout, "We've got a shit con!" and ring a big bell. I did, where was it? Was it Black Pearl in Melbourne? Where I got, like, so that, like, it was during the Tiki phase.
Taking copper card early, copper scavengers, very good. By the way, guys, spawns more copper for the entire team, and you can see more copper, and that stacks per person. So it's very strong. More copper means more weapons, more healing, more everything. Oh, Runch, you're not Andy Richter for once.
Nah, I decided to stop being Andy Richter.
You're just fooling yourself. You'll always be Andy.
Here's my card. Okay.
I mean, it is terrible. I will say that, like, the guy that made Big Bang Theory, he also did, like, 2.5 Men, a bunch of other things. Like, those are fairly banal fucking sitcoms.
Don't touch my rifle.
But, like, to their credit, even even his banal sitcoms can
Don't
manage at
bother
least a couple
buying
of funny
attachments
jokes.
for your guns.
Like, they are the general quality of the joke writing in those shows was just miles and above what. Like, go back and watch like an episode of Who's the Boss or something. It's fucking fascinating, man. Like, yeah, it's just like, what happens in this?
Another day,
Nothing.
Yeah, no.
Reloading.
Yeah, fuck, the way you move, like, your fucking pointer and shit is just so fucking different. Like, I kind of like look around, you know, I'm like, oh, look at that shit. And fucking that guy's eyes are glowing. That's probably, gotta see something. You're just like, ding, 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 like doing this fucking shit where it's like this fucking Christian Bale gun cutter bullshit where it's like, you know, oh yeah, there's the four corners of the room and there's like instinctively where like a cunt might hide.
Yes, boy. Q is spot, by the way.
That is a ridiculous fucking pile of gun.
Let's go. Ooh, there you have it. On your shoulders.
I generally run a med heavy build, so
Stun gun over here.
tend to
Razor wire here.
give me the meds if you can. There's a toolkit there.
Weirds me out that people still listen to like fucking 7-year out of date fucking podcast material.
It's weird, man,
It's fucking strange.
but people do people. Makes them comfy.
I suppose.
I get it.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
like-
I still watch Scrubs.
yeah, but that's like, that's not topical, you know? Like, there's no topic fucking element.
So then we're
I really shouldn't have a deagle. But I want a deagle, you know? The deagle takes the same cal as my sniper.
Oh, really? Cool.
It's a fucking chunk of a hand cannon.
Yeah. That's what I'd want if I were gonna have some kind of fucking gun.
Oh, what's in here?
Like something that like I had to do wrist exercises to be able to use. Something that if somebody else picked it up and tried to use it, it would just explode them, you know?
I've been telling you.
Does anyone want that zoom?
Haven't I been telling you?
Nah, I'm good.
Nah.
There was like again, like always credit where it's due. There was the you know, every now and then there'd be a funny joke and Everybody Loves Raymond. but
No one lower that bridge, by the way.
The variable for Raymond was like the general standard of the show was just so cringingly
So
unpleasant.
check that shit out. If you drop it with the toolkit, it doesn't alert the horde. Also, that's a funky boy. Check out the scope on this fucking thing I got now, dude.
Oh, wild. Get fucked, Marshmallow Man. It's like the one episode they had that had like a Halloween costume joke and Peter Boyle comes in dressed as like Frankenstein's monster. That was nice. And there was one episode that was entirely about his mum, like, you know, they encourage her to like do the things that she couldn't do because she was like, you know, a housewife in like the fucking 60s or whatever. So she like takes up like sculpting again and she's like, yeah, I'm an artist. This is what I wanted to do. And she just starts sculpting all these frighteningly vaginal fucking things. And like, everybody can see it but her. And like, that's funny. I don't know. Like, Peter Boyle's character, like her husband, is just staring at it for like the whole episode. Just with that weird, like, kind of Anakin Skywalker almost anger.
No.
And that,
Magnum over here.
that was pretty late though, so
Where's the
probably at the
Magnum?
point where they were like out of all of his terrible family comedy ideas.
Where's this Magnum? No, it's not
Eyeball
Magnum.
cam, Brad.
Hey, you don't want to be all the way out there.
You lying?
Drew
to me?
Carey was certainly funnier.
Oh, I didn't say
You
anything
know.
about a Magnum.
It helps that like,
This may not have been my brightest moment.
unlike a lot of sitcoms, a lot of people in Drew Carey were funny. You know, like they weren't just actors, they were improv comedians and things like that.
By the way, if you guys, oh, there's the Magnum. If someone wants to take this deagle, it's pretty good. I just can't run two snipers.
I have a sniper rifle for distant targets, and for when you get close, another sniper rifle. It's fine. Shut up.
She scores!
So with
Yeah, I did love Peter Boyle.
with pain meds, like if the pain meds they overheal you, and what you can do is you can overheal and then heal with another thing, and that will heal trauma.
Or lock
In
in
the
the
full
freshness.
version, medkits will heal trauma.
It's your lucky day, HR.
I'm gonna do this.
Explosion time! Hey, work!
I'll be taking that.
The jibbing in this is good.
It's a little lackluster because there's no dismemberment apart from like the head.
Oh, really? So they just vaporize and
Yeah.
then there's like separate arms. Okay, I couldn't see that from there.
We hear you.
Fucking birds.
We thought we were the only ones left. We could really use some assistance. We're pinned down in the old.
So with the birds, Molotovs can actually kill the birds without alerting them, as can a flashbang.
Just like in real life.
A team can also open fire on them before they fly away, and that will also stop the effect.
Yeah, Craig Ferguson was a good choice for, I can't remember the boss's name, but yeah. They did some live episodes of that, of Drew Carey as well, which were quite enjoyable. I watched the pilot for Charmed the other day to see if I'd get into it. I did not. Why? Like, I'm just curious, because that's an odd one, unless you're like
Stinger!
a 15-year-old girl who just watched The Craft.
I mean, like, I don't think the pilot's a good indication of where that show is either. Like, because that show is fucking goes through change. Is
Charmed.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, cause they get rid of fucking, what's her name? Like, I don't know if she was difficult to work with or like, you know, whether they were just saying that shit about her. I don't know. Either could be fucking true.
Feeling slightly woozy.
That's one of those weird ones. Like, I can understand if you like love, like, and I mean fucking love, like Buffy and like every fucking CW thing, and you just want basically that.
If I can do it,
I can understand then going, all right, yeah, I'll watch fucking Charmed.
What trouble could they cause?
One of the something I read on Facebook. It was just someone's
Wimbo.
post, and it's so perfectly innocent, but it
You
just
say
dented my fucking
hello.
brain. Where like, he just goes, well, that's
Well,
Oh,
back
fuck.
the fuck up. Put you back in a corner.
just this girl posted, well, that's all of Becca finished. Like, you know, she was treating it like someone had, you know, recommended it to her, like it was The Sopranos, you know. I finally managed to, you know, I know people have been talking about it for years, but I finally managed to sit down
You
and
get
watch,
infinite ammo when you're down. Just keep shooting.
watch all of fucking Becca. Complete Becca saga.
That's sad.
It's just
I
weird.
kind of want to do it myself
Like-
now, though.
Well, it is, like Becca's another one of those shows. It's like it was, you know, it's on the around the same period as Just Shoot Me. Perfectly decent fucking sitcom you can sit and watch. There's, you know, is it revolutionary? No, but there's some bits in it that are funny. Ted Danson's, you know, can deliver a line.
Lots of ammo in here. Also, it generally helps to run a few different types of weapons. Just for ammo conservation, because everyone can hold each other's ammo.
Fat Albert was on when I was a kid, but I don't remember much of it.
I never got into Fat Albert, man.
I kept having like, you know,
Houston Rifle
like it was
in my
one of those
phones, any-
weird fucking kids shows. It was also a variety show, so there'd just be like a music bit and shit. And so it's like, I don't. Like there was another really fucking old, you know, it's from the 70s or some shit. Like, and it was just like, it was an animated sketch comedy show called Tomfoolery. It was kind of like Laughing. It was just
Oh, there's a
weird
stinger
show.
over there.
Over there.
Remember, press Q to spot, especially when you hear special. Good shit. Oh, careful, careful. Coming behind you.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'd put like things like Charmed in that fucking generic supernatural 1 hour fiction category. But I also wouldn't really rate Charmed as being, you know, particularly amazing by any standards. Again, you know, you gotta treat entertainment media like, you know, it's like eating a slice of pizza. You know? I've eaten some feral slices of pizza, but it's like, at the time it was like, ah, I fucking needed that feral slice of pizza.
Let's go.
Once again, Aaron's point blank sniper rifle coming to save the day. Just someone who doesn't understand that it's for long distance. Doesn't even have a scope on it. Just the biggest gun he saw.
I mean, that's what I'd do. I'd grab the biggest gun.
Okay, I got the big gun.
What's in here? We have a...
Shotgun.
That is a very good shotgun. Someone should take that.
Yeah, Becca had the chick from Deep Space Nine, and I think she left Becca to do Deep Space Nine.
Nice.
Did her career go
30
anywhere?
seconds left.
Not really. Reggie.
Could come in handy.
Give me the fat one. He'll keep me warm at night and give me shade during the day. Yeah, there was a big period post, like around the early 2000s. There was like Freaky Links, was a kind of X-Files knockoff. There was another really shitty one that Truth Seekers or something.
bigger, gets it.
Walk logic is like, I mean, in a zombie apocalypse, you want biggest penetration. Because if you've got a motherfucking line running at you, they're going to run at you in a line. So a Barrett 50 cal is going to at least take out three.
Yeah.
You know, body mass
Just
center.
put a hallway between you and the horde. I am kind of like, as someone like that feels like a fucking whatever the shit Mythbusters thing, you know, like lining up a bunch of those ballistic gel dummies and seeing how many like a 50 cal can go through. Like, there's got to be some
Well, we
YouTube
should-
jerk. that-
If
They
no one
did-
has,
Did they not
we
do
should
that?
do it. Did they do it?
Yeah, I think it
What?
went through 7, if I remember.
God damn it, went through 7.
That's
That's
not
still
as
good.
much as I'd have thought, to be honest. Oh,
Well, remember, the bullets expand, and they actually, because I'm the gun
Bullets
nut,
expand.
they actually expand and narrow out, so there's
they-
actually less
is there
penetration.
like, what if I get like a slug
Less
version? What if I get like a
penetration.
super dense armor piercing thing? Something made out of depleted like Ukrainians.
Fucking Christ. We got mist. Gorillas in the mist.
All I want.
Too bad. You have to settle for a potato cannon. We're building one.
I'm just gonna use my fucking bowling pins. Bowling pins are the perfect fuck off just for dumping weapon. Wrap a little bit of fucking rope around the goddamn neck of the thing because they are slippery as shit if like you get a sweat on. But those are the perfect clobbering tool. Like perfectly weighted, tape it on the end.
Before you start
can't get
spending all your
stuck on
cash,
something.
Now a good time to bring
you
up
can
the elephant
heal
room.
in the top left there.
The guy
with
hiding
some
in the
copper.
corner, squatting in his own pee. Didn't ask you.
Okay, she went to Becca after getting killed off.
I'm going to grab the team support upgrade.
Where'd she
If
go
someone
after
else has
Becca
enough,
then? I always
they should
thought she
grab the
went to
team
fucking
offensive.
DS9. Which always struck me as a bit odd. Like,
Beautiful.
you know, from just a fucking career point of view, like a primetime sitcom's probably better for you than fucking, you know, Deep Space Nine, which basically qualifies you to be in other Star Treks.
Hmm.
I've had like, I mean, I've had actual moonshine that nearly made me blind. That was a fucking night.
Has anyone got any spare copper they can drop so I can heal?
I've had that fucking Irish
tab and
shit
then
that's like
How do you drop copper?
illegal.
Tab and then highlight it.
I had a fucking, I had an illegal,
Dangle.
what's that other one? Absinthe.
Take it.
It was like purple. That was fucking heinous. I was pretty well fucked up by the time I was on that. I can't remember what the Irish thing was called. It started with P, I think. Poutine, I think.
Poutine?
Poutine. No, poutine's that fucking Canadian gravy
Wait,
chips.
what are you talking about?
An incredibly toxic fucking alcohol.
Oh, poultice? Is it?
I think that's just a general term for medicine.
Oh. Well, sure.
Want the job of restocking these places.
I'm opening. Oh, fuck, it is misty out there. Careful, there'll be birds down on the right.
Yeah, I like my depleted Ukrainians joke. I thought that was very funny.
Up on the right. On your right, Wimbo.
What's that?
Birds on the right. Just careful, there's birds. Don't shoot them. There's a spitter on the left somewhere.
I don't even know what Renegades is.
Mind your ass.
I vaguely remember playing fucking... Damned.
Incoming.
I think I played it myself at home after, you know, I was just like, you know, I want to play. No, it was the Fear series I played. I played 1 and 2 of Fear.
It was cool.
Yeah, well, I played
you fucker.
Fear like fucking years after it actually came out. But like, you know, it's one of those situations where it's like all that shit they say about the AI in that game being really good is fucking true.
Yeah.
Like, and not really good in the way that you just feel like they're fucking beating you constantly, but really good. And it's just like, this feels, you know, very natural. Like this was very natural behavior. I feel like I'm, you know, I feel like it's one of those situations where I feel like I could fake these guys out, which is really fucking hard to, it's a hard thing to feel when you're playing against the computer.
Runch.
Keeping that from me.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't recommend that fucking incredible proof alcohol shit. It's, you know, it's just another one of those novelty things you do just to say
Don't
you've
go
done
too
it.
far forward.
Hell yeah, I've drunk stuff that is actually poison. Willingly. It was purple.
Locked, loaded, and ready to roll.
Just remember birds at the very back.
Nobody likes backbirds.
Lost your head?
Blackouts.
Oh, fuck.
Weird things, blackouts, actually. Like, because there's no technical fucking point where it's just like, okay, you've had X amount of booze, so your brain's not going to make new memories anymore. Like, there's no... Like, it is related to alcohol consumption, obviously, but there's no, like, fucking, you know, direct thing that can just tell you, oh, yeah, this much.
Go away, Mr.
Because there were times where I was, like, way drunker, but, like, you know, remember.
Let's go in.
Everybody's fucked.
Quit your belly aching.
Yeah, I think the Irish shit was poutine. That stuff was fucking great. Yeah.
What is it?
I'm looking it up because I know.
I'll take it.
I haven't seen this many ridden since
This
the
missed,
collapse. Shit, maybe not
I'm
even
pretty sure
then.
it's poteen because it's like some sad thing the fucking Catholics make in a pit.
That sounds like trouble.
Oh. Did you get him?
Not
Well,
poutine.
time to go South Auckland on this and punch everyone to death.
Maybe it's I don't think it's poutine. Oh, yeah, there it is. Poutine.
All right,
Yeah.
that door is alarmed. But if zombies destroy it, it won't trigger the alarm. So just
Yeah,
let
it's
them
like
hit 'em.
90% ABV. That's why like it's illegal in Australia because you can't have something over like
Oh, I
48
got
or
okay.
something.
Well, you could do that.
Ugh. Fucking aced it.
I was gonna say just let them destroy it. Gotta waste the toolkit.
What's Everclear? I've heard of it, but like, I'm assuming it's just like the American fucking home distilled moonshine shit, but for the modern era.
There's a green scar here.
There you go, boy. Well, Aaron's showing off his FPS skills and his ability to yell at teammates.
I know.
Yeah. I'm nothing but encouraging and loving. Thank you.
I'll yell at the teammates.
Yeah.
What on God's green earth was
Ranch, your hair looks stupid.
Fuck
Wimby,
you.
while there are a lot of situations wherein I'd pick Andy Richter, this is probably the last one. Although I do think Conan would make an excellent special infected.
100%.
Like, could you imagine what a zombie virus would do to someone that pale and long?
Yeah. I can.
He'd be the Slender Conan. I tried to brew my own beer once. I kind of wound up making
Gotta hurt.
overly boozed beer wine that didn't fizz properly. And and tasted fucking terrible. It was so awful.
Let me know if you see any
It's
magic.
one of those ones where I drank it after I was already really fucking pissed. 'Cause it's just like, all right, time to go. All right, yeah. So Everclear is basically American poutine.
Cool. SMG here.
It is poteen too, but it's like P-O-T-E-E-N. Or, you know, if you're gonna write it in Gaelic, you gotta use a bunch of fucking squiggles that they kept instead of going to nice, sensible Latin characters. I think there's like some utility to just what is it essentially an alcoholic sandwich.
Could come in handy.
Like my homebrew beer sucked.
You fucking goblins. That was my toolkit. So, make sure you heal there. That heals trauma. Close to the cam so it's just your eye. And no, because the camera's up there.
Might be a good idea to take care of that.
It's one large, unblinking eyeball. Well, no, because our whole face wouldn't fit like down the fucking bottom, would it? You know, so. You know, like Aaron suggested this, and I chuckled, and I was just like, all right, well, that's a good idea then. You know, why do anything? Why do they? You know, why does half of every fucking cunt sit in a big fancy chair with like fucking cat ear head speakers on? You know. Some people just do shit at the start. So, you know, some of us blaze trails, all right? We're not sitting around thinking about where that trail's going, okay? I have a flamethrower and a fucking forest in front of me. And, you know, it's just 1 foot. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Oh. No, I'm just fucking... Maybe there's a fucking fountain of youth at the end of this forest. Maybe not. You know, maybe it's just one of those deaths where a bunch of bugs fill my brain.
Something ain't right.
Go up there, do not go forward,
Gwimby, back. No, Gwimby. You're like the fucking dog meat of this team. Like every time something happens, there's just this Labrador-esque Andy Richter barreling off into fucking murder.
Don't forget your bash as well. So your bash you can use while you're reloading. It doesn't stop the reload.
I mean, I am a New Zealander. Do you expect anything more?
Yes.
Oh, hello. He's reaching! That's cool. I like that. That's a nice detail. Oh, okay. Just I think, did you just throw a bomb at the back of someone's head?
Oh shit.
No, it. Oh, yeah.
That's an Aaron no-no.
So I was readying it, then I got this back. I was facing a different direction. Yeah, threw it.
Did I just get hit in the back of the head by a fucking several sticks of dynamite?
Offense down.
Too close to the sun.
Oh.
I'm glad I took the perk. This perk. When someone goes down,
Huh.
and I took that because
That is a good perk.
it was a very good perk.
Well, this is
Well, I'm fairly certain that if Andy Richter does go down, everyone gets healed anyway.
It's got like if we
Hey.
Some fighting game players.
Why did I
Oh,
go out there? Why did I go out there? Why did I go out there? Fuck this.
run. Quimbus isn't worth it.
I agree.
I mean, I liked Andy Richter
I'm on
control
one
the
health, I
universe,
can't
but
help him.
also, you know.
Oh, shooting it. There you go.
Shoot her!
Got you, Hoffman.
I got you.
Greatly appreciated.
Quimbus was down.
Alright, play this.
Can we
very
still reuse that first aid cabinet?
We can, yes.
I don't know. I think the harsh light
You
suits
guys let me
yeah,
clear.
fucking,
Leave me and Raj clear because we got the help. You guys just stay back and support us.
mouth cam. There we go. Now Aaron and I make a nearly complete head.
Wait, I should be just forehead.
You.
You can see the gray ones coming in. Fuck that crept up. Look at that. That look good gray though. I need to start hanging out around first year uni students again.
Over there. Never thought there'd be a thing as too much attention.
Stand there. Well, you know, the eyes are the window to the soul for a reason, you know. There's the... An IQ of 10 fuck, like 10 just points? I can get a 10-point IQ fucking boost by just like waking up at a fucking and going to bed at a good hour.
Oh, what?
I don't need a fucking
Back.
goddamn Jimmy Neutron head. I mean, I got a giant head as it is, you know, like. I took time off from like my study because I quit drinking and then just went straight back to school with like very little thought. Just like, fuck it, I'll go into first year and then, you know, because you don't need to pick a major straight away. That is like you can just do shit. And like left to my own devices, that's what I'd be doing. You know, I've got some journalism credits. Like I've got all the credits and stuff for it. It's just like, you know, because they don't let just any old maniac wander in and teach fucking children, you gotta like do, you know, work for a professional guild. So you have to do prac work and stuff like that. Now there's also like a master's requirement for it as well, but I got the grades for that, so I don't care. But yeah, like, it was at the point where like, you know, this was before I fucking got my fucking, you know, ADHD diagnosed, so I still didn't know why I couldn't sleep a lot, you know? And there'd just be like stretches sometimes where I was getting like maybe like, you know, 3 hours of sleep at night, which you can kind of manage for a little bit, but if you're having to do like a week of like fucking prac work, the problem is without sleep I start getting really fucking weird. I stop
See anyone's
caring
name on it.
about
Ammo here.
too much about what people around me think and consequences and other things.
Shit. Then we're in big
It was like there was a
trouble.
day where I just like almost got really like it was just one of those situations where I had like this amazing immediate like beautiful fucking monologue of put downs for like
Got your back.
a middle schooler too. Like it's not even like a year, you know, someone who's 17 years old, and I would argue could probably fucking deserve it. Like this is like 14. So it's like, and it's like a fucking hair away from launching into a diatribe on this child. I was just like, God, I gotta. It would have been funny too. It would have been. It was so close to worth it. It would have been that fucking good.
Think of it. You could have been internet famous for other reasons.
You that guy that's not allowed near kids anymore? Yeah, but for not sex reasons. It's like, yeah, but still. I'd have to wear that as a shirt too. It's like, yeah, I'm not allowed near kids, but not for sex reasons. Just fucking instinctively make them cry. I don't. Well, it's professional guilds, so there are situations, you know, like teaching or like nursing or like doctor or lawyer. You know, like I can get a law degree. That doesn't mean I'm a practicing lawyer. I then have to, you know, you have to study for like exams to enter what is a professional guild. That's, you know, it's to make sure you not only have the schoolwork, but, you know, for a lot of these, you know, forms of employment have a very serious practical component. And it's a practical component where a lot of people fucking fall down too. Like,
Much appreciated.
defibrillate Andy Richter's nuts.
Only the nuts.
I wrote that sketch packet and submitted it to Conan's writers like fucking hundreds of times, but they never answered.
Instead, they just fucking electrocuted Andy's nuts hundreds of times in retaliation. Never even cut it.
Didn't even, yeah, never made the fucking episode.
Handgun here. Flashlight time.
And I mean, like, you know,
Over there.
it's one of those.
What do you know?
Careful, don't fucking
Ammo!
shoot me.
Anyone?
Like, the sad thing is for me, it would be like fairly fucking easy. Just because I'm willing to go to places that other people, you know, kind of aren't. Like, again, like it was weird how much of my past I was carrying with me into that situation that I just sort of never really thought about, you know, like where my idea of like what's the worst that can happen in this education environment and like everybody else's idea of what the worst thing can happen are just miles apart.
I knew things would turn out okay.
It's just like, what do I do if a kid hits like a teacher with a chair? They're like, huh? It's like,
Use a bigger
I
chair.
went to a bum school. Yeah, see, that's like, I actually wrote an essay in one of my fucking pedagogy courses about like the Samuel L. Jackson movie 187, which is about a teacher who starts killing like students. And like it's one of those things where I stand by this. There's nothing off limits. There's just fewer and fewer circumstances where something might be useful. Because the fact is, like, when he kills Cesar not Cesar, is Cesar's friend, when he kills him, like, because the thing about, like, the bad group is there's always at least one or two, there'll be a ringleader and then a sub-ringleader. And honestly, like, this is why you usually, like, break kids up when you move them through years and shit, is so you get them away from each other. Like, when he kills, like, fucking Cesar, it's like, those other kids start to improve. And it's like, it's one of those situations where it's like, is that a thing that you can have as like a state policy? No, it's fucking insane. Are there better ways to have solved this problem? Absolutely, but that requires like, you know, actual social investment, which is just sort of functionally impossible in the United States. So it's like, okay, you can't do this. You can't do any of the good solutions yourself. But right now there's one person who is fucking up lots of people. And what are your options? And in some situations, yeah, you just got to take them down to like the fucking, you know, the creek and bash their head in with a rock.
Mr. Fancy Pants using a rock.
So Gabe, got this shampoo. Head and feet.
Finally, in one. I'm tired of buying head and foot shampoo. For my fluffy hobbit feet.
Alright, so now I have my healing thing, so when I heal you guys, you'll heal more over time afterwards as well. This includes pain meds, so like I can heal you with a pain med, and it will...
Oh yeah, chair chuckers in your middle class school. That's fascinating.
I'm gonna buy that team offensive upgrade.
Because I was at a Caboolture, and like, you know, I was like, oh, this is Caboolture. There'll be some fucking rough and tumble here. They're like, no. I went to a bum school.
Dad could see me
Why didn't
now.
anyone tell me? Like, that was another, like, fucking when I was studying, like, because you do a course, because, like, you know,
Some copper, anyone?
there's some realities about class. Like, you know, people fucking talk about race, and not without reason. But, like, I was the only person from, you know, housing commission in my fucking uni courses.
Don't open the door yet.
And so they got to have these courses to teach, like, you know, people who probably have never seen something like that. Oh, yeah, you might, in your school, like, because that happened at Goodner. Like, there was, you know, we had student teachers come to that place. And one of the student teachers came when we were in year 5, and they were just, like, stray human dumps showing up for like a couple of months. And like I'll never forget, because like she was just, there was a distinct moment where she realized we weren't surprised that there was a dump somewhere. And like you could see that she was surprised we weren't surprised. Yeah, that's someone's been doing this. We don't know. It could be a team. It could be like that, like stochastic shit where like someone suggested it and now just people do it almost instinctively, like the way birds flock. I never found out who did it, which is weird.
Let's see what you've got for us.
I quasi-believe and started a rumor to the effect that it was a teacher. Because you could do that at that school too. No one would suspect you. Yeah, no. Like, that was a real thing. Like, that was a real thing that came up. Was like, there's no one.
I know.
You know, I was the only person, you know, in at least my tutes who had grown up in housing commission.
On the wall behind us. Yeah, I scared the birds. Back off to the safe room.
You know, so that's why they have to have these courses where, like, they explain, like, yeah, it's just,
If anyone's got any...
when you grow up poor, people, sometimes you go a bit nuts.
I'm surrounded. Just give me a minute.
It is weird. Like, I saw a fucking clip on Reddit the other day of, like, just this guy walking along and he just shits. And it looks like he's surprised by that. And I'm just like, how? Because I hear about this stuff. What? Yeah, like, no, he's just walking along and just shit plops. So he's wearing shorts and shit just plops out the back and he's like, huh? Who pooped in my pants? And it's like, what's wrong with you? You know, like, can you not? You know, like, you know, could someone just sneak up on you and insert something without you noticing? You know, like, can you not feel your own bum?
They played the brown note.
Yeah, is this like one of those things how like it turns out there are some people who can't like imagine, you know, they can't like picture in their heads, like they just don't have that fucking bit, that firmware wasn't installed. Like, they're just people who have no physical sense in their bums. And that's why it's just, I pooed. Although it was a, you know, like, it was something someone wrote on Reddit about like, you know, struggling to ever wipe properly. And it was like, it's like, yeah, you're fat, and it's like, yeah, and I couldn't reach behind me. It's like, why didn't you try standing up? It's like,
Never could.
yeah, it's like you sat there and went, oh well, I just got up and walked around, fucking just, you know, playing patty cake with the cheeks.
Ugh. Patty cake with Play-Doh. That boy over there somewhere. I hear him growling.
Autism. Yeah, like when I was starting school, like there was this thing, this, you know, idea, and it's not a bad idea exactly, called mainstreaming, where they were just putting like special needs kids in the primary class, in the sort of general classes. And the thing is, while that is useful, it's mostly useful for the other students, because you get used to like, you know, seeing fucking, you know, people with Down syndrome or Fragile X, or, you know, one of the other fucking rarer ones, or, you know, autism or something. And like, that does have a benefit to society for people to see people like that and sort of get to know them as people and shit. But it's not useful for the fucking students, because unless they have their own dedicated teacher's aide, you know. Because I did like 2 weeks in a special school, and it was like, just sort of sit there and look at them.
Oh, Wimbo.
It's okay. I forgive you.
You walked in front of me, sir. I'm the team leader.
Yeah.
I forgive you.
Fucking.
Well, the thing is, it's one of those things where it's like,
Give me the med kit.
you know,
Sebs.
someone did a proper study and was like, there's utility to having people like fucking, you know, to mainstreaming. It's like, yeah. And then there was, of course, the caveat that it has to be done properly, and it has to be done with like, you know, you have to have like the proper amount of fucking staffing. And they were like, well, we don't want to pay for that. So they just fucking, you know, they realized they could cut like special schools and not, you know, give the fucking teachers enough to actually do it. And no one would notice because, after all, the child has Down syndrome, so who cares?
Debs. Debs. Drop your makeup, please.
Oh,
Honestly, this feels like the evolution that, like, you know, Half-Life or the
Oh,
Valve
lordy, tall boy.
we're never going to get around to doing. I mean, let's face it. No, this has, like, a lot of features of a more modern team shooter. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, it's one of my favorite fucking, like, Left 4 Dead 1 is particularly, like, I spent so much time on Left 4 Dead 1. Revolutionary for its time, but, like, you know, none of the characters are different.
Left 4 Dead people don't like it because it's not Left 4 Dead. That's literally all they do. They want the same game but modern, and it's not. It's its own game. Very similar in a lot of
What do they
aspects.
want changed from Left 4 Dead? If they want, like, a new Left 4 Dead.
No, they just want a new Left 4 Dead. That's the thing. They just want Left 4 Dead 3.
Well, good luck getting that out of fucking, you know, Valve.
And it's like, well, then a lot of it said, oh, they made this out to be Left 4 Dead 3. It's like, well, no, they didn't. Oh, if they said in the trailers by the makers of Left 4 Dead, it's like, well, it is by the makers from the original makers of Left 4 Dead. It's called a grabia.
I don't have a sleep disorder exactly. I just have ADHD. So the acid test for ADHD is
That was a bit deep.
what does dexamphetamine do to you? And because, like, you know, twice in my life, I think maybe it was twice, I've taken speed, and I just never sort of, you know, I was like, eh. And like
Speed fucked me up.
once or twice I did like had like meth, but it was like, well, you know, it was at the end of a fucking ragged fucking night where I was already drunk off my ass. So it was just like, again, like I didn't really feel anything. It just wasn't. You know, I had nothing. You know, my points of comparison were usually things like acid or something. So it's like, all right, well, I don't expect to fucking hallucinate. So maybe
Right,
just
give me that
this
feeling.
sensation is what people like about it. But like, you know, once I went to the fucking psych, it was like, oh, we'll test you out with some fucking, you know, government, some government meth.
You need to take care of that. Look there.
And like, that's the thing, is like, the reality is I can, you know, take fucking 10 milligrams of speed and sleep comfortably. My mind isn't just going tick, 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 tick. Like, I can remember things. Like, that's the big one. That's the one that fucking every day I'll sit and I'll have a thought. I'll go, I want to go into the kitchen and like tidy this and then make a chicken sandwich mix for later. And then, you know, normally, like fucking Memento, you know, I'd have to lock this. I have to get up and do it straight away, or it would just fade. You know, I'd go in my bedroom to get like my headphones so I could listen to like a podcast or something while I was doing that, and then like just forget what I was going to do, and then maybe get distracted by something I was doing on my computer. Now I can just pull thoughts I had a minute ago back. It's like, oh, look at that. We're gonna go into the kitchen. That's right.
Quit moving around. I don't have to do this.
Much
Still new enough for like, you know, getting old in me. Yeah, like it turns out when like, cause my brain was just bzzz, just constantly, and it's why I was tired a lot of the fucking time. Cause I was having like me getting anything done required first of all having to fucking corral just this loose electric fog into a fucking single direction. And it was like wearing a fucking weight vest everywhere.
Sniper rifle here. Almost out of ammo.
Yeah, like I got diagnosed at 38, so fucking whoopee fucking, you know, a bit fucking late. Like the good thing is though, because, you know, one of the benefits of having studied education is it's like you can, you know, I have habits and coping mechanisms that I developed to deal with like just this thing that I thought was normal for everybody.
The bullets back in this gun.
Now I gotta relearn how to like organize my day and how to do shit, because, you know, just the problem I initially had just wasn't there.
Need ammo.
Damage in you.
Need ammo.
Damage in you.
Who needs ammo?
It's good that they can diagnose, because like if you're trying to treat like autism without treating like also the ADHD first, Because you can treat ADHD, like, but like trying to,
Like the 4th of
you know,
July.
trying to go through the fucking list of possible approaches for autistic learning needs without being aware that there's also ADHD in there would just make it fucking impossible.
You're hurt. Did you see that? Need to fix myself up.
It wasn't shocking. It just explained a lot. Like I was like, oh, because, you know, again, I didn't think that there. I just thought I was like fucking, you know, lazy. Because my school environment when I grew up, you know, I could already read when I was in primary when I went into year 1, and the school was, you know, had fucking special needs kids and fucking,
Shit, 2 of them.
you know, delinquents and stuff and like actual problems. So, you know, like I would get easily bored and easily distracted, but you know, all the things that one may think, all right, you know, there's something we should look for here, were sort of lost in the shuffle and the fact that it was like 1989. So, you know, like it was never gonna fucking happen. I'd get fucking diagnosed. Nah. Like every now and then I'll just, you know, my cat wakes me up or, so like, there's a lot of the sleep problems I get these days are if like my hip seizes or something in the middle of the night. Like I keep the massage gun by the bed now, so I'll just fucking have it that. But like, no, it's like night and fucking day. Like, you know, if I take my pill before I go to bed,
Need to reload.
yeah, it was good.
Ammo here.
And I get the, just calm, you know?
Got ammo here.
Because in every other situation, the second the lights are off, the second there was no sound, is when my brain would be the most active. You know, it was just...
See this? 'Cause I don't want to look at it.
Keep your distance, Hansy.
Look. Watch out! Reloading.
Yeah, like, I'd say probably the most frustrating thing is I'm still looking for like an actual like university textbook on it. Like, is like getting just information I trust. I need to. I'll email my fucking brain lady. I just call her my drug dealer, which kind of annoys her, but that amuses me. So, because like I can't, you know, and I know why, but it's, you know, it's inconvenient for me. But it's like I have to go see her because she's the only person who can prescribe me with my fucking pills, and it's not like
This is the wrong way.
this is gonna go away, you know? It's not like, so it's like, I don't, you know, this isn't like fucking some situation that's gonna resolve eventually, like just by itself, and I won't need this shit anymore. It's like, oh, this is just, you know, one wire's touching another bit where it shouldn't. So that's,
We're gonna be
you know, so we go in and we talk and shit, and it's, I get to say the things that I've said to a million people before, just.
Hurry up, please. Before they come back.
I had to start the piano after the fucking, you know, first major lockdown. Because, you know, one thing about like the piano is I knew that I
Thank you.
didn't have the skill basis. Like I've got good crossover skills in terms of I have really good hand-eye coordination, and that helps me. Like, because that was what the, you know, the lady was saying was I was really, like when I was there and she was pointing at the things that she wanted me to fucking push, I could copy her really, really well pretty quickly. But like I was trying to like actually legitimately learn to like read the fucking music and do all that stuff. And that was like, you know, that's tough because that's a whole new fucking thing when you haven't ever sort of, you know, looked at it. So I like, it was one of those situations where I thought to myself, it's like, okay, look, you can do that thing, you're gonna try and fucking just do it yourself, but like
That door.
past that.
do the smart thing and
Oh,
you know,
Don't open the door. Run.
sorry.
Hoffman didn't make it.
did Runch kill us all? Why are you running over here with it?
Killed me.
Go back to.
What is it with all this Hostile killing
Dun 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 dun.
Angelo's down.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry, excuse me. Oh yeah, no, I did teach for a while for like my old Taekwondo school back in the day. I mean, the kung fu that I do right now is very complicated, and you know, I keep getting fucking cockblocked by the virus and shit. So it's like I've been stuck on fucking greenbelt for like fucking years now. It's bugging me, but like, it's, you know, it's one of those styles that's really, really good because it's hard. So there's always something to be doing. There's always something to, you know, like, and it required a lot of things that I wasn't used to in terms of martial arts, like particular forms of shoulder flexibility that I just wasn't very good with. Learning to use like sort of to hit in a relaxed fashion as opposed to like locking everything up. You know, so I don't mind. I'm in no mad rush. It's the style that I'll be doing until I die. Laugh, that does sound sweet. Yeah, next, like, the problem is like all the stuff that I repeat is like, you know, because, you know, the fact is like, I'm also just kind of like different, you know, like I don't fucking care about a lot of things. You know, I'm not ambitious. Like, well, I have ambitions, but they're internal, you know? It's like, oh, you know, how about you? Because, you know, they worry about you and they want you to like have a sense of function and progress and stuff. And it's like, look, that's, you know, I'm right for that. You don't need to worry. Like, that's dealt with. So, you know, but like the problem is you say that and like, you know, it's, and like, I understand they have to fucking press. It's part of the job. It's important. But, you know.
On your right, on your right.
Yeah, I'm fucked.
Well, I'm gonna start my own complete and utter raving loony party again. But like, I want to base it on like fucking, like the couple of times I played Vampire the Masquerade, I picked Malkavian, but then played it completely straight. Because the idea is if you're gonna be like, the Malkavian class and Vampire are like not jobs, right? But like, there's a specific subclass you can be where like you just act really normal. And like, I find that more fun because then it builds this tension where like they're expecting you to do something fucked up. So if you're being really normal, that's just the setup for something even more fucked up coming. You can just stretch that on off into infinity. I might just openly say that I'd like a nice fat government pension. I'm tired of being a welfare princess. I want to be a real welfare queen. Like fucking George Christensen. Get paid, hang out in Bali and jack off in front of ladyboys.
Happy, you asked the weirdest fucking questions, man.
Ugh.
Yes, we'll play more fighting again. I'm gonna grab pencil item.
Honestly, the reason is probably it just takes more energy than I'm willing to commit. You know, that's...
Hey, shit.
Don't know if I can be fucked.
You're mine, sweetheart.
Molotov!
I mean, that's kind of always been, you know, the blessing and the curse is like, the less things you are, the more things you're free to be, and I've always just been more interested in having the options open than in really any one particular option.
I'm quite fond of friendly Georges. Does a lot that a lot of other people wouldn't even dream of. It's very, very fucked people, so I'm very fond.
Aaron's been showing me the ones where he fucks with Barillo, which is fun to see. You gotta understand, like, the corruption in Australia is just so crude. Like, they don't even try. Like, it's just...
It's fucking sad.
It's kind of, yeah, it's really a bummer. Like, it's just... Because it is... Consequences just haven't happened, so, like... why go to the effort, I suppose.
Let's go kick some ass. Come on, new earrings.
See, I'd take that shit seriously. Like, if I'm gonna be like, you know, a wealthy scumbag, I'd at least like, because that was the nice thing about ancient Rome is they were just open with that shit. It was like, I want to be in charge. Oh, how do you do that? Oh, well, you gotta like fucking, you know, effectively buy lots of votes, but on this like individual level. So it was like, okay, if I want to be in charge one day, I have to spend all my money being the Adile and pay for like fun games and public entertainment and shit, and that way people will like me. And it was just open. It was just like, yeah, you have to buy people's votes, but that was something you had to do on like a person-to-person level, basically. Like you couldn't just like, you know.
Karen Payne made someone else. Carry him.
That's what I'd do. Like I don't need that much money to get by on.
She scores!
I'd like, you know, I don't know,
Cruiser!
build a statue of myself that's like also a playground.
Don't forget, it's also a drink dispenser.
It's also a drink dispenser. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's
Out of
important.
the hands. The children must drink from my hand.
Yeah, but my fingertips are also nipples, and no one notices at first until it's too late.
And then they dispense milk. Always in date.
I mean, what's ambition? I mean, my big problem is like, whenever I'm asked what I want to do, is like my first response is like, well, what can I do? Because like I know that like it's that thing in my head of it's endless. Like I don't want one thing. I want literally everything. And if I let that like get a hold of my head, then that's gonna be a fight I don't really want to get involved in.
Oh. Bad dismemberment.
It's pretty bad now. I'd argue that currently is a fairly unprecedented combination, at least on a national level. Like if you want to see some real scumbaggery, you gotta watch Four Corners Moonlight State, because Queensland was run for like 20 years by a hillbilly dictator, and we'll just forget that. It's fucking wild. And so Four Corners actually managed to, you know, collapse that, and thank fucking God for that. I'd say now at the moment though, it's just, it's degenerated to just, like there's always a bit there, but like the idea is you gotta, you know, if you're gonna skim, you don't take a shitload and leave the fucking skim. Like that's, you know, it's just too fucking obvious. You gotta have half a fucking brain about this shit. Because as long as some stuff still gets done, yeah, no one's gonna notice if some of the public money is being fucking overspent. Like, no one will. And if you're that fucking lazy and you really want to fucking, like, you know, I wouldn't. But, you know. Again, like, it entertains me so much more to fuck with people than it does to have lots of money. And I do love being in any situation where people will expect one and get the other. Yeah, I really think a lot of people fucking underestimate the fucking dent that Rupert Murdoch made on human civilization.
Yeah.
There's gonna be something that like, this is the books that get written on this. It's just like, hey.
Just car pack, yeah.
It was all kind of this guy. Huh.
Cool.
Could come in handy.
You took my barrel, my fucking mag, you motherfucker.
I don't think anyone would win in a fight between Rudd and Morrison. I don't think neither of them are fighters. I'd say Morrison is less the fighter just because he's like a fucking Jigglypuff's worth of chub. But like, that also gives him a bit of weight, which when got to people who don't know what they're doing is an advantage.
Oh, Jazz.
I'd love to get in a fight with fucking, what is the festering boil that is the National Party leader again. That's not Borbage.
Barnaby Joyce.
Barnaby Joyce.
That's it. Bumblebee. Because I could goad him into a fight easily. Like, I know that.
I'm fine. But
Hey, meds up here.
take care of this.
Keep it tight.
Remember when you were complaining about gays ruining marriage while you were humping a bastard into your mistress that you got a government job for? That was nuts.
I dressed as a nurse for Halloween once. Seems
Jesus
like
say
a
about that?
stupid idea now.
Reloading.
I mean, that's me overthinking it too. That's me getting creative. I could just call him a poof. I hear you are some kind of poof. Honeybee moist.
Careful, bird.
What's that?
Ugh. It does look like a tea bag full of grease. I just the lowest. Like, that's the fucking thing that bums me out about conspiracy theories. I'd prefer some fucking mad elite drinking adrenochrome chronic turn into a god. I can respect. If I discovered that baby brains, enough of them, would turn me into an immortal god, yeah, I'd probably be killing babies. You know.
All the babies.
Annie, you don't want to make this a race thing, you know?
I've got a lot
Free
of spider
range
babies,
locally
so
sourced.
I'm due for some more immortality. Maybe that's why I'm fucked. Put a curse on me. Or a spider curse.
I don't daydream about violence. It's like, it's one of those ones where it doesn't feel good.
You know
Yeah.
my spider curse, damn it, Gabe.
Did you eat spider babies again?
Oh, I killed lots.
Ah,
I think they put a curse on me.
well, yeah. They lay their eggs in your mouth.
Don't say that.
Spider babies crawling around your gums and
That's why I
shit.
don't sleep.
They could probably, like, that'd be, you know, because, like, they got that thing with fish where they just sit down and open their mouth and the little fish, like the prawns and shit.
I didn't enjoy that, whatever it was.
You know, it's just like, you know, the corruption we have in Australia particularly, is just so greasy and simple. Just me want money. How much? Lots of money.
Gotta patch
Then what?
myself up.
And I got lots of money.
Should use that med
More
kit.
money.
Yeah. All right. Well then, you know, you're gonna buy your own eye. Like, what are you doing with this? You know?
I buy an island and host the Mortal Kombat tournament.
Yeah. Like again, you know.
I'd rip some dude's arms off.
Oh, Hoffman! I'll kill you if you do that again.
Oh, fuck.
This is a bad place to be.
Yeah.
This is
I'm
a,
thinking this place.
I no longer dig this scene.
Let me up. Oh, the problem is solved.
We thought Tony Abbott was probably the worst it could get to, which is
Hold
just so naive.
Moving around.
No, don't heal.
Alright.
Where's got the med kit for me to heal because I get additional heals on him. So press tab and then right click on it and drop it. Tabs.
Hey?
Tabs.
Yeah, like I don't think Tony
Drop the
Abbott would
med kit.
ever
Press tab.
Hoffman.
root a
now
bastard
it's
into a
not
mistress.
unattractive.
I can't hear what you're saying, Aaron.
I'll take it.
Drop a med kit.
Yeah, well that, like, we believe that like anything on the Satanic Panic is something that people should really fucking read, because I don't think people know enough about that. Because like,
How have you
lots
fixed
of
that
people went to
suit?
jail for no reason. Like, they weren't guilty or anything. Nothing happened. You know, people were saying shit like the same stuff. Like, oh yeah, there's tunnels under this fucking, you know, kindergarten. It's like, no, there aren't. And they hired a backhoe and snuck up on the fucking kindergarten and dug it. There's no fucking tunnels. This is insane.
Oh yeah.
No, the NBN ruining, I think, might have started. Yeah, no, it was Abbott, because it was Malcolm Turnbull was the communications minister at the time. Ah, God, yeah, fucking. The problem is, I get on one thing that makes me angry, and I forget like the
Hoffman,
dozens of
you'll
others.
wanna
And it's
fix
just such a, it's a really long list these days. This is remarkable.
Right up. A microphone.
Not my time.
You guys hear me?
Microphone.
I don't work out.
Knows you're a poof.
Wow, now it's working. Why can't I have both of them on at once?
It is weird that Twitter changed the font and brought back the weird G.
Wait, what?
That's like when people spell Jeff with like Geoff. That's the Jeff of G's.
Wonder what's in here.
It's like,
You
yeah,
guys hear
okay,
me
it's
now?
a G, but it's like no one's drawn a G
Yeah, I
like
can hear you.
that since like,
Yay.
you know, my mum was like whipped by a nun for being left-handed or some shit.
Me mum.
I'm not putting them back in.
Yeah, it's just nothing but pain meds here.
I'll carry him.
I fucking
Go for
hold.
heroin.
Give me him.
Should patch
Give me him.
Served all of them.
Give me
I
them.
picked this
Yes.
shit up. Take it.
Because then I can heal them. Because then it will heal you guys over time as well.
Moving around. I don't have
As well as
to do this,
over
you know.
healing you.
Greatly appreciated.
I mean, like, America's just the canary, is the thing.
Didn't see that one coming, did you?
Critical mass of dum-dums is an international
I need
problem.
to reload.
And with, you know, with enough help and maybe with some thoughts and prayers, the Delta variant might solve that problem.
Morrison will kill us
I'm gonna be in
with
lockdown for a little bit
Death
longer.
Hold
That
on.
sucks. Oops. It's ruining a bunch of ideas and plans, but
That is not budging.
on the plus side, I love those headlines of like fucking people who call this all a fucking
Machine
hoax,
gun. Assault rifle here.
dying in a collapsing pool of their own lungs.
Anyone have a toolkit?
Neg.
Reloading. Just give me a minute. Ugh, careless. Patching myself up.
Wait,
Get back!
Madam, please.
this is a Wendy's. It's an apocalyptic Wendy's.
First aid cabinet.
Wendy's are like
Wimbo.
really
use that
dry,
aid cabinet.
you know, because like, you know how here you go to a KFC and it's like a KFC and there's all this shit around
Crunch
that makes you
beat
know
me
it's a
to it.
KFC.
No, you can use it. It just costs copper after you use
Like
it.
Wendy's just doesn't have that. It's like weirdly plain. It's fucking strange. It looks like a generic fast food place from a sitcom.
Where there's a will, there's a way. So,
10 5-year-old sized. Because if it's 5-year-old sized adult Chevy Chases, that's already very funny. So I'd fight the 10 adults, 5-year-old sized adult Chevy Chases.
It's your lucky day, HR. Oh yeah.
I'll take it.
Guys right in there just bullying a zombie.
Aaron, you want some more painkillers?
Yeah, yes.
What was I thinking?
I don't know who Daddy Thomas
Behind
is. Was
you.
he the guy that invented Wendy's? Because I remember someone fucking explaining that to me. Because like the main burger you get at Wendy's is a Dave. And there's just nothing really in Wendy's that explains that, you know? I mean, I suppose there's not a lot of the Ronald McDonald law. Like, I suppose if I were like fucking just 12 now and I walked into a McDonald's, because particularly in Australia, like Australia's McDonald's are like the fanciest in the world.
Someone got sniper bullets.
Like weirdly good.
You'll need this.
Yes.
nothing's
Thank you.
impossible.
Pick the rest up.
Well,
And then
Almost.
go down
That's
there.
all I got.
hey,
That's
get
alright.
back
Pick them
here.
back up.
Good
Pick them back
Whatever
up.
I
I'm full.
said, I didn't mean it. Well,
Hey Dave, what are you gonna name this burger? Dave. Good job, Dave. Okay. Who says you need a marketing department?
Go back down to where the other guys are. Because they're gonna funnel in.
Bottleneck.
Hope you're ready, 'cause here they come.
Don't shoot this until there's lots.
What's that, Aaron? Shoot the red thing you're holding.
You can't shoot it out of someone's hands. I've already tried.
Now's the time to shine.
Was the fucking big gun not here this time?
Yeah, no one had a toolkit.
over there.
I don't like the look of that big fella there. Ah, that's good. It seems he got sleepy and took a nap.
Don't worry, he's back.
Oh!
I didn't mean to summon him back.
Stinger behind
See
us.
that?
There's also a wretch over there.
He's got a bummy that needs knocking.
Friendly fire.
I am
I knocked his bummy.
Japan's got its own solid fast food places though. Like they got one in Australia in Brisbane now called Moss Burger,
Oh,
which
no.
is quite good. Like the burgers are quite peppery. You know, like it's like the fucking primary seasoning in them is pepper as opposed to salt. It's actually really nice. Like, 'cause I don't mind a fast food burger. I just, you know, I kind of, you know, there's just that stretch where they're all quite the same, you know, and I'd like at least take a stab at something, you know.
You okay? I'll go okay.
Huh. Yeah, McCafe was Australian as well. Also, Australia just has like a fairly fucking, you know, big boner for coffee. So like, you can get a fucking like, is it gonna be fucking, you know, perfect and great? No, but you can get a functional fucking cup of coffee, like proper espresso, almost fucking anywhere in this country.
Oh, did that hurt?
You know, you're not just sort of sitting there going, oh boy, brown water.
Let's see what we've
But
got
you really like
here.
brown water.
Yeah. Well, then you're fucking set, you know. Because that was why Starbucks didn't take off here, you know. Starbucks tried to take it. I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna come over and make coffee in Australia. It's like, this was like after like the big fucking boom where there were fucking cafes everywhere. It's like, okay.
Need to reload.
4 beef patties and nothing else.
Through here.
Oh, he's
Yeah, I've always liked Buminaka. I remember hearing it in like, it might have been play school or something. It was like a
What's that?
kids thing. And it was like a giant, and the giant would, you know, come in and scream, I'll hit you with, like, that was his catchphrase. He'd go, I'll hit you with my boomy knocker. You know, it was this big fucking mallet. I think they got the ramen burgers there, yeah. Like, I've seen ads that look like noodle burgers. I haven't been in one for a while.
You see that?
Oh, I hear something bigger.
Really should take care of this.
Alright, here he comes, Chungus.
Again, like in the States, there's like, you know, pot coffee, which is just kind of like brown caffeinated water, which wouldn't even like, you know, it'd be probably a little better if they just make it a bit stronger. There's just like fuck all flavor to it, you know? It's just, but I suppose like that's kind of like the thing.
There's nothing in it.
You know,
Run.
it's like a very weak tea, you know? You just, it's something that isn't supposed to have a lot of flavor. You just drink it all day. Like, I mean, still though, like it's too close to water for it to not be fucking weird.
Fucking Sebs!
Safe room's not much farther.
Sebs.
Get in the fucking...
On.
In the
Yeah, shut the door on him. Well,
Such an
mom's gone
easy kill.
senile. Leave her outside.
Because we'll fucking get more points in copper if he's in. Because I've left people behind before.
Ah, okay.
And yeah, you get less points. And I was like, fuck.
Should be a thing where we get more copper for specifically leaving Seb behind. Oh, you left. Yeah, you're getting denied copper. Oh, it was Seb. Oh, yeah, no, it's fine. It's just, if anything,
I'll
here's some
give you
bonus
copper
copper.
if you leave me. I'll give you copper if you leave me behind.
You know, like if you're gonna make a fast food burger, go like, go, okay, yeah, let's get some fucking sauce alchemists in here. You know, McDonald's made a fucking empire off of mayonnaise that flies had laid eggs in, and it's fine. You know, you put some vinegar in it, it's delicious. Put some vinegar in it. Most things are fine if you drown it in vinegar. Like that was like, yeah, because like
I
I've had coffee drippers. I had to not use mine anymore though, because like the problem is I'd make obscenely like I'd fill the fucking thing with coffee like way past what you were supposed to, and it was very fucking strong. And I'd drink like 9 cups of that, and my heart got angry. So I was like, all right, I'll get a fucking espresso machine because I can sip. Even if it's like a fucking double, you know, I can kind of just add a bit of water to it, like boiling water. You make your fucking thing, you put boiling water in it. It's like, yeah, you got a bit more coffee. Like I have it black, I put 2 sugars in it, and that's like, I have 2 of those. Normally that's my fucking day, you know. Wake up, have a Barocca, a multivitamin. Wake up, have a Barocca, put a little makeup. Fucking nutsack.
We've almost made it.
Before we go, guys, there is a hit. the heel on the wall,
Need
Wimby.
to cross the bridge. Used to be hell.
Just
during
remember
rush
this,
hour.
the heel on the wall heals trauma.
Favorite bogan dinner. Oh, sausages on bread.
I need 100 copper
Sausages
to
on
buy
bread is a great
one of
bogan
the
dinner.
upgrades.
It's like fancy. You can put other things on the bread. It's mad. You know?
Oh, thank you. Oh, you guys already bought them. Well, shit. Good work.
I still eat sausages on bread.
I might buy a fuckload of.
Yeah, I have my fucking Baraka. I have my Metamucil. Love that shit. Yeah, sausages on bread. Fry like 3 sausages, you get 3 slices of white bread. If you want to get if you're feeling fancy, if you're wanting to like, you know, say one of those celebrity chefs have come over and you want to impress them, fry some onions and put that on the bread.
Ah, yes, Guy Fieri's over next Saturday.
Yeah.
I'll have to tell him.
Or you could just go outside of Bunnings and they'll have one for you.
Oh, you're coming in through the game as well.
Yeah, but like, I mean, look, credit to Bunnings because they do that, but also the sausage quality is just a notch below what I want.
They're just Woolies sausages.
Yeah, like the large packet ones, because I used to do that at Bunnings.
Big pack. Yeah, the ones that are like suspiciously cheap.
Oh, Jesus.
No, see, I make spaghetti with bolognese sauce, but like, you know, I go to the local Italian fucking ingredients wholesaler and get like, you know, fucking calamari olives and fucking proper, you know, block parmesan and shit. Like, I don't half-ass my fucking Italian. It's one of the 2 big reds. Like, you got Italian and you have Mexican. And like, lately I've been getting into the sort of the weirder fucking, you know, like I like
You can go
kangaroo
back and heal at the
mince makes
box as
really
well.
good. Like if
Nice.
you cook it with like chipotles and a bodo and shit, and like fry it like almost dry, it makes like a great meat filling for fucking more like sort of constructed Mexican as opposed to say like a big pot of chili.
Not shoot the big red container.
Rover 2, team en route to blow George Washington Bridge. We cannot delay.
No pressure then.
We need this.
Can't have
Thanks,
you bleeding
hon.
to death now, can we?
Feels good.
Yeah, like sausages are nice. You know, there was a fucking butcher in Fairfield, which I think is still there, and I want to go back. He made his own sausages, and those were fucking amazing. Like, it's weird to have like what you'd consider just a regular Australian sausage, like not like, you know, not like from the German tradition where it's like you're getting fucking weird and stuff.
Fuck was that?
Running shoes today.
Someone fucked up.
Oh no, run.
What happened?
Someone fucking somehow blew up that.
Yeah,
Remember that big red canister I said don't shoot?
that's what they did.
Someone shot it.
I almost made the joke too. I was, oh, someone's gonna, you know, just shoot that thing. The first thing they fucking do is they're gonna see it and they go, oh, big red canister.
Got through that.
This is H.R. Hoffman with Rover 2 heading across Washington Bridge.
Wonder who did it.
Over.
Confess.
Anyone there?
Ugh, careless.
Tell me your secrets. Put your secrets in a sausage.
I don't know if I've told you, but
Yeah, these are like you imagine a Cole sausage, but like made by a person, and not like a fucking frightening Warner Brothers-esque factory where just like, you know, animals and the occasional hobo go in one end.
Oh lordy, I shouldn't have stopped for you.
That's what most people in my life say.
approaching George Washington
Yeah.
Bridge. Rover 2, if you're out there, you need to run. We won't
Hello,
have time to
Cybard
wait.
Sands.
We need to blow this bridge. Reloading here.
I don't really have a go-to
Oh,
outside of desserts.
lordy.
I see them.
Women love desserts, man.
Shit, he got him up.
You can cook some kind of fucking dessert. You get away with all
Right
sorts
into a
of stupid
bowl
shit.
of bile.
Very funny.
Was there more of you originally?
I'm fine.
Chug the pills.
Some help here!
Hi, Justin Roiland.
You'd think these guys would get tired of dying.
They are.
Oh shit! Behind!
We lost
Huh?
half men.
Bits.
Suicide is painless.
God damn it! I got no
Brings
idea. Oh
on
shit!
many changes.
We need to sink that ship and close
Get on.
You up for the job?
Let's get it done.
Oh,
You to plant
well.
explosives on the boat. The rest of us will lay down covering fire.
Okay, so Aaron mildly fucked up.
No, I didn't.
Is this like the best spot to put it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you tried to like aim it at the fucking big dude to the right and just been reaching so far.
Well, generally, you're not supposed to let them get that close.
Ah.
Shit. Down. There's a bruiser coming.
Excuse me, miss. Excuse me.
Oh, and Rich. Rich is down.
Yeah, like I got a chocolate self-saucing pudding that never fails. Roast chicken with like a stuff with camembert with like this crust. Like I don't tend to make that shit for myself too much. I tend to just
Damn it.
go for like spaghetti on a Mexican or
Another wretch coming.
Another Rich coming.
and a stew with sticky rice, glutinous rice.
And another
It's
Rich.
good.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, they're just gonna keep infinitely spawning, pretty much.
Then you have to with bombs.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen this like pay off, you know? And I've never seen
Okay,
a boat get
clear.
blown up. Yeah, see, because like I can eat like a fucking hog because I also like work out a lot. Like every girlfriend's gained like 7 kilos. It's been like, it's a little fucking, I don't know, jog or some
Moving
shit.
around. I don't have to do this, you know.
I got 2 med kicks. Oh yeah, there you are. Cool.
Got 2 minutes.
You're right.
2 minutes. Come on, Aaron, you can do it. Oh, there's explosives. Your seed in the boat. Fucking, they make you go all the way fucking down, don't they?
Bombs away.
Madam.
One's planted.
One more to go. Don't see anyone's name on it.
Oh sh.
Oh, Sebo's been planted.
Bombs down.
Hey! Get me down! Hey! Somebody wanna help me? Hey! Over here! I'm over here! Guys!
I can't believe you're leaving me with these jerks, Angelo.
One day I'll see someone blow up this boat.
We'll get it if we don't blow up the thing.
This day.
Like before we're ready.
Oh yeah. I know. Like I'm just, I'm not saying like.
No, I'm saying. Whoever threw a grenade over that side, or did whatever they did to set off.
We still don't know who did
don't
that.
have to fess.
It's like, one of you. Like, look, it wasn't Aaron, so the other 3 of you have to like turn on each other until we find out. You know, I'm a firm believer
It's
in
a
collective.
tactical death to get more perks.
Firm believer in collective punishment.
Alright, now I'm super effective at healing.
Hell yeah, I've been to healing school. I can like rub bandages on you for fucking like 10 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bandages.
It's like the final test. It was like rubbing you with bandages.
Ooh.
Completely bandaged.
I'm grabbing that support item upgrade. So I'm gonna grab the other. Beautiful.
Let's do this. Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Okay, I wonder what the Batsu is tonight.
feel like we should take this chance to just rename Afghanistan the Forbidden Zone. It's 2021. We should have one of those.
Yeah. I feel like Bermuda
every country has
Triangle
a forbidden
is
zone.
needs to make a comeback.
Yeah, that should be a bigger deal, you know?
Like, why haven't we explored it yet?
I do want to invade
Oh,
the
this
Sentinel
shouldn't be no
Islands.
problem.
Well,
Because I maintain that, like, me and a ragtag crew of heavily armed lunatics with body armor could just tear those people apart. And I feel like they kind of have it coming.
I feel like this is the start of a comic book movie.
Because I don't... The jerks, starters.
Back off, back off.
Yeah, I did a couple of semesters of psychology. So... Crescent Leaf coming up with an excuse for one of the 3 criminals.
Absolutely, Gwimbo.
I did not see the conclude from that, but
I mean, it's possible, but we could all just also blame Gwimbus.
over there.
Cover me, reloading.
I'd already come up with so many delightful punishments.
No punishments can be worse than my real life.
I am so sorry.
by the way,
See, you can joke about your real life. You won't be able to joke about these punishments.
what's the year? We're in 2021.
Yes.
By the way, by playing this game, you have all entered the agreement to play Aaron and Gabriel's Batsu in 2023.
Let's do this.
So get training and prepare bum.
No laughing butt shoot.
Butt shoot. I thought you said butt soup.
Batsu, not butt soup. Oh, damn it.
It's Japanese
Loser
butt
shall be
shoot.
turned into butt soup.
Today is my lucky day. Which is good because it's been a shitty week.
When I open that door, it is alarmed.
First aid cabinet, if you need it.
I mean, probably the more interesting things that I found were some of this, like, sort of emerging, you know, fields like, evolutionary psychology and
Oh, lordy.
neurophysiology and things like that. I find that very interesting. I think we've kind of, like, you know, because people went, like, mad racist with it, we've kind of,
What
like,
happened? Did someone open the
not
door?
thought about, like, the
No,
biological
one of the
components.
zombies ran up to it,
Enough.
shoulder
I
barged
think
it,
those are
and
very
that
important.
tripped it.
The fuck?
The fucker did it on purpose.
Some cunts fucking shit up.
All right. Let's ready to cross. Run straight across. Don't follow me on the left. Go on the right. If you follow me on the left, you will likely die.
Only Aaron.
No,
knows-
because I got like all the speed upgrades, so I
Okay.
can jump over water puddles and
I
shit.
got a nose for trouble, and right now, everything.
Shoot her! Take that, propane accessories.
Also, propane accessories.
See you guys on the other side.
This is HR Hoffman with Rover 2 heading
Like, it's an interesting
Oh,
area. Again, like, a
fucking
lot of
hell.
this stuff is stuff that, like, people should know, you know? Like, full education to make you a functional member of the world should involve university. Like, particularly, like, just to do education as an adult
Oh,
is
God damn it.
a good thing.
You want me
This
to
game
get
is
Gwyn?
racist against New Zealanders.
Don't touch me.
Because you're playing a
Bigums.
middle-aged white guy, you've got...
I'm gonna
Don't
start
bother.
shooting this giant propane canister, and if you get blown up,
Rover 2,
it's your own fault.
we won't have time to wait. We need to blow this bridge.
Hormones are fascinating. Like, just the
got
amount
Raj?
of fucking shit hormones
gotcha.
do to you.
Now, can we?
It's not one of those ones that I think we just don't like to think about. Where it's like, oh, this has a frightening degree of control over who I am and what I do.
I see them.
I'm just kind of a passenger in this fucking meat carousel.
I have medkits.
I love that you keep building this fucking turret on this,
You
like,
can get him
Korean
to.
lady.
Sometimes he'll take control of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you leave him by.
Maybe, you know, if you were in front of it or something, in front of him or something, like, might that help? Like, I don't know. Some guy just started building a fucking, you know, minigun around me.
I want to ask firstly, where'd you get the minigun in Australia? Like,
Where'd you get these things?
it launches magpies. Dun, 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 dun.
I mean, I know some people.
A weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
What are you doing? Oh, thanks. I'll heal you. Give me a sec.
I'll have you fixed up soon.
A phrase I've had stuck in my head for like the past 2 days is just muffled sounds of guerrilla violence.
See, he's on it now. He's
Oh,
on it.
wow,
Oh.
yeah, you're right. You got off because you got close. There, he's back.
Oh,
He's
on
back.
it. I'm a genius.
That's the business.
No problem. Don't even have that.
Muffled sounds of guerrilla violence. Magpie gear. Yeah, the gastrointestinal relationship to the fucking, you know, autism's been a fucking
Now.
fun one to get into.
Totally hate me.
Just like
Guns, even that bumper sticker.
implications of a lot of this of just like, yeah, we're like, it's one thing, you know?
Pressure, over there.
Yeah, that 1870 joke. That's one of the most amazing things I've ever read. Because that's the kind of joke someone would write after being like a comedy writer for 40 years. You know, and it's just like some fucking series of absurdities and shit
Come
that
on with
are
that.
so removed from any
Thank
standard
you.
joke setup
Go
because
right
they
side,
have
right
to
this
be.
way.
I just like, I imagine this like fucking like noir detective office with like Batista just standing like, you know, drinking, drinking brown liquor out of a fucking glass and then just saying to, you know, someone standing on the other side of the room with his back to him, just
This way, this way, this
hear
way.
about the gorilla that escaped the zoo. Just, you know, like,
Someone really gets hurt.
there's no reason to have muffled sounds of guerrilla violence there, like, at all. It's ridiculous.
I know.
Why is he coming this way? Oh,
He just wants
sir,
to
put me down.
hug.
Oh, double hugs.
Oh,
No,
no,
double
double
hugs.
hugs. That's too much hugs. Okay, you don't start with that. Okay, we start with, ooh, yeah, that sucked. Push the glass down. That is because I am a quiet gorilla. Muffled sounds of gorilla violence.
Has anyone else in chat downloaded that would like a go? Speak up. We'll rotate some people in.
Speak up or forever hold your Quimbus. Speak up! God damn it. Everything does turn into that fucking song. The thing is like, I have, you know, they were a little bit after my time, so I never listened to any of whatever that fucking band is.
We didn't play
Karate
World
Monster
War Z
Freak Out.
together. I've played it though.
I don't think I've played it.
It's pretty fun. I'm looking forward to the new version coming out this year. Adds a first person mode because it was third person.
Not aware of this.
Now we're gonna get done for copyright because I sound exactly like it.
That's System of a Down, isn't it?
Yes.
Explosion time.
Aaron's gone mad with fire.
Careful.
Fire hot!
The prophecy will help. Oh, fire indeed. Hot. What if they're available in Japan? Sorry, Plath.
Oh, you know. I am poo.
This is the first time you've ever played this game, dude.
Made the right
Fucking, it's
choice.
fine.
Wide mouth Magwell.
I love that picture.
Why is he looking at us?
Because that's why it's funny.
Hi. King. uh
Doing the Rick Astley.
Is too. All right, so where are we going now?
Do the one after
I've given up on ever seeing this boat explode.
that one.
Blue Dog Hollow.
Not gonna regret this.
Got me one of them there blue dogs.
Them blue dogs.
Dash air zone. Personal motto is, if it sucks, hit the bricks. Ugh. It's weird how when you yawn, you flex your fucking tear duct. You know, when you get that yawn, it goes right back into the eyes. Because I reckon with a bit of practice, I could get it to squirt.
Heard the news? Of course not. Because you haven't talked to me yet.
Damn it.
Oh, great. Just wonderful. I'm sure it's passing by slowly, huh?
Be like that lizard that like cries blood at you, but like with not that much fucking. Maybe not that metal. Okay, with a little bit of metal, but not that metal.
Remember you joining us?
Yeah, it's just it says
And
joining.
you're letting somebody else do it. Oh yeah, I made my own Magic the Gathering cards based on you guys. Mm-hmm.
She looks done with my shit. I don't know you.
Lady, we're about to work out, okay?
My God, you're greasy.
There's
Glistening.
there's Belushi DNA in there.
Yeah.
I can smell it. Yeah, I've seen people who can do the fucking lizard spit.
You might
Never
have
able
to
to.
restart your game, Wimbo.
What is it?
No.
Loading on mine was
What are you looking at?
weird.
Just mom moonwalking around. I don't play Magic. My housemate plays Magic, which is
I
interesting.
am magic.
Yeah.
I used to play magic.
I have just an innate negative reaction to anything that expects me to buy lots of packs to maybe get cards I want to play the game.
Exactly.
Like,
I don't play magic because it costs money.
well, I mean, like it, you know,
Absorbent.
yeah, well, like fucking 40K costs exorbitant amounts of money, but at least if I go in and go, I want that dude, I get that dude, you know? Like, I want that dude.
Well,
Okay,
I hate to tell
spin
you,
the
but there is
wheel!
actually in 40k there are blind pack miniature boxes.
Yeah, but that's
you
like a
literally buy
demented
the
thing they came up
box.
with for fun. Like, that's not just the standard way of buying 40K minis. I mean, that and like, I feel like 3D printing is got to be close to just fucking coming down on fucking Games Workshop.
Yeah, half my army is actually 3D printed.
Yeah, because why fucking, you know? Because those things are expensive, man. I mean, the one good thing about them is they basically don't depreciate in value unless you fucking, you know, hold a fucking lighter to them. And hell, if some of them get discontinued, they only appreciate in value.
Very true.
A friend of mine, when he was in the fucking depths of his bizarre 40K obsession, bought like fucking 2 sets of the Praetorian Guard. Because they're fucking imperial fucking, you know, troops that wear pith helmets. Like fucking 18th century British soldiers.
Yes,
And
they
those
were
2 packs cost
exactly.
like $2,000.
Shay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Was that the one person you know who'd do something exactly like that? Yep. That's, yeah, because, like, I bump into 3D printing a bit when looking at, like, because for Transformers and stuff, people will make their own parts and just improvement kits and shit like that. And, like, some of these get pretty complicated. Like, you know, can take the legs off of one thing and put new legs on. And not only these new legs look better when he's stripped, like, fucking in robot mode, but they'll, you know, you can transform him and shit. Like, it's a working fucking part. Some of them are fairly simple, like just a new chest piece for like a fucking combiner or something. But like, you know, there's a lot of weird situations where there can be like a figure that's like really good, but for one weird little problem. And like maybe literally all you need is like a fucking bit of plastic to go here. And people, you know, break out the fucking rendering software and fiddle with it and all that shit. And then it's like, yeah, here's the fucking thing. You can download the file, you can print it yourself, and then you put that on so-and-so's legs, and now he can stand upright properly. But then I got to thinking about like fucking, you know, 40K and minis and shit. It's just like, that's like your whole business. That's all it is. It's your whole fucking business. Like, short of probably being the only place where you could get lead figurines, if they're even still fucking producing those.
They discontinued the lead ones.
So they are doing new heavies?
No, they replaced them with resin.
Because, yeah, why would you make a figurine out of lead? It's insane. It really is, like...
Yeah, I dropped one on my foot. A freaking tank on my foot. Fuck, I felt that.
Yeah, but, like, Magic the Gathering is a little bit of a different beast. Like, Magic gets expensive if you're trying to buy a specific card off a collector, or if you're buying shitloads and shitloads of packs. Like, to get a base Magic fucking thing going is cheap. Like, it is not cheap to get a base pack for a fucking, you know, standard game of fucking 40K. Like, these things are hideously expensive. And, you know, if you or someone has a fucking 3D printer that can knock out some semi-decent figures that you could, you know, fucking sand them down a little bit, get someone to paint them, or, you know, paint them yourself if you're that talented. I mean, there's a big difference.
That's also crazy. Some of the 3D printed stuff is actually better quality in terms of mold lines than GW stuff.
Like, honestly, Games Workshop are going to want to get on fucking the quality control if that's the case, because those things are getting, you know, 3D printers are getting cheaper. I mean, I started thinking about it when I was like, oh yeah, I could print my own fucking, you know, bits and pieces for Transformers. That'd be fucking sweet.
I just imagine, like, picking you up. Hey, you ready to go? Yeah, and you come out and you're just, like, fully dressed in a 3D printed, like, Optimus Prime. Like, you are the, like, Transformer?
No, the one that I've, because, like, every now and then, like, I was in like a dollar store and they had, like, these, you know, cheap, thin plastic ride-on toys for kids. You know, the ones where they just sit on and kick about with their feet.
Yeah.
But it was like it was the fucking dump truck that's like Devastator's right leg. And I was just like, I could wear that on my fucking leg. And then immediately I was like, you know, if I bought like these shitty plastic things, like I could literally just clonk them on and make a really spiffy Devastator outfit that I could just wear around the house. Transformers is in an interesting place. Basically, Hasbro released the Masterpiece line, which was originally fairly weak, but then got a lot better. And as a result of that, like, an explosion of third-party companies came up, because you can kind of, like, you can copyright names and shit, but it's kind of impossible to copyright, like, you know, a figurine precisely. So there's lots of knockoffs and third parties and just outright, like, you know, copies. Like, a lot of the third parties will do like their own design choices. The transformations will be different. You know, it might be like a reason you like one over the other, but like there are also just KOs, like just knockoffs. But like, you know, like I got the KO of fucking Hound a couple of weeks ago because that was $80 and it's a good figure. There's, you know, a little bit of like slight burn damage, it looks like, on the fucking plastic at the front, but like I can't see that from, you know, even 10 centimeters away. And a non-KO Hound is $300. It's like, well, fuck that.
Let's do this.
All my shit's masterpiece scale and it fucking rocks.
Reloading. Nice. Razor wire.
Oh,
The Devastator
Oh,
outfit
fuck's
stays
sake.
on.
Oh
Dear. It's the Devastator outfit you fell in love with.
Gotta hurt.
I do want to do that. It would be fun for me. I got a healthy collection now. The good
I
thing about
don't.
my collection is it's very specific. Like I'm not gonna ever be one of those guys that has like 14 fucking Optimus Primes because I need
you
every
say
Optimus
at the
Prime.
moment.
No, like that's the one that's held fairly. There's only been one exception to this rule,
Again, I'm going to hypnotize you. You don't know this yet.
and that was the masterpiece Megatron. While a beautiful figure in both modes, is a fucking bugger to transform.
Thing
There
up.
was a KO of one on eBay for like $100, which is really cheap for Masterpiece Megatron, even the KO. And it was like, I'm gonna turn that into the gun, and have another one be my fucking not gun, and I'm never gonna touch either of them again.
Family I've got left.
Takes more than blood to be a family.
I don't do models. Like I don't have the tiny scale dexterity for models. That just drive me insane. I like the Transformers because like they have that sort of functional component, but like it doesn't end. You know, like you turn it into one thing. It's like, oh, that's cool, and then you go,
Did you do that on purpose?
oh, I might have them as a car. Like my fucking Decepticon car team, Stunticons. I love that set.
Thing up.
Like I can't build, you know, I can't build models. There are models and stuff, Transformers and stuff too, but it's just,
Almost out.
I just get angry.
I could use
Got
that.
blue on me. I cut myself with a fucking, you know, craft knife. Auto Boys. Auto Thoughts was one that I had for a little while.
Out of ammo.
I need sniper ammo, lads.
Like, G1, there's not a lot, but there were like later versions of Transformers where like the Transformers had a quite organic quality to them, and there's definitely porn of that. Which is interesting if you're into giant alien women.
Well, who isn't?
Keep talking.
Lordy.
I mean, look, I'd take a stab at it. I think it'd be fun, you know? Oh, the Pie Boy is like... Pie Boy doesn't have that kind of like... There's an analog element to fucking model kits, you know?
Can't have you bleeding
That's
to
my
death
fucking
now.
nonsense.
Out of the way.
I gotta mail the Pie Boy back though, because like something wrong with the fucking
I
board.
need to tell you, I need to
Shame.
hear
I just got the
myself
fucking
say it.
overclocking kit, and I really wanted to take
When
that for a
class
spin.
came, I saw it happen.
Although like there's a
I was scared.
new
So scared.
OS for the fucking little rock chips called Arc OS, which is really fucking good.
Family.
I got it on my little fucking
Parents.
We got a horde coming.
Watched them
my little
die.
FC.
Did
Just
nothing.
I
be
ordered the
prepared
next
for
one,
that.
they fucked up, so now I'm gonna get two, which is nice.
Country will save you time on foot. Here's hoping you
Well,
can
not even like the early seasons, like the the more recent series they did. Like the Autobots have like, you know, the faces are very like sort of organic, you know, it's like they're still silver and whatnot, but it's just like it's not that G1 thing where they're very distinctly fucking robots. Which is why like I don't like it. Like the thing I like, you know, and there's reasoning for this. It's not just a matter of aesthetics. Like there are some Transformers I think who work as the sort of more or closer to organic ones, but like, you know, the whole point is they're supposed to be fucking, they're supposed to look like a car got up and is talking to you, you know.
What do you need?
Here.
SMG.
Need this?
Yeah.
Low on ammo? Take this. Need this.
We get a horde every like 3 minutes. That sucks.
So is this just like a challenge for this? Oh, did you get a card for that?
Yeah.
That is a bugger, because that is absolutely going to sync up with just like also another horde. Can you get double hordes?
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one.
Plus 40% reload with shotgun. I'm not using a shotgun. Good if someone was though. That would be a very good card.
Thank you.
I mean, like, the art style, I can't remember what series it is, so I don't follow it, I don't really care, but the art style of it, there's a squishiness to the Transformers, which is a mistake, because then, of course, people are going to give them, like, vulvas and shit. Yeah, it's just, it's your own fault.
At the end of my gun could really use some right now.
There's some snipes.
You need snipe.
Mine now.
Yeah.
You'll be
I
neat.
mean, will I fuck the giant car lady?
Yeah.
Of course. Like, you know, that might be my sexuality, and I don't know that because giant car ladies don't exist, you know? You never know. You know, you got to think of the amount of Beethovens that weren't born anywhere near a piano.
And throw planes.
You know? Yeah,
and
I could
throw
be having,
planes.
like, mad nuts and just not ever know, you know? That's just, this wasn't ever there.
Need ammo.
I like that pistol made that zombie stop and think about what it was doing for a second. You know, that's good. That's, you fat cunt.
Need to take care of this.
And
the last
glass.
thing I need right now is an infection.
Yeah, like there's, because some of the Transformers are definitely like, they have the more robot-y face with like the you know, the mouth guard and stuff like that. But then there's ones that just have like kind of, you know, more organic face, but like silver. You know, like Optimus has the fucking, you know, a more robot face, and like Hot Rod's got like more of a just, you know,
Any
organic
shotgun
one.
shells, anyone?
Yeah.
Yes. I got.
Now I won't
I am
be
looking for a
Shotgun shells, I
masterpiece
need-
RC. I've got the Insecticons on the way.
Found weapons.
I need rifle ammo.
SMG here.
Not the fucking fans toys ones though. And I wound up getting Bad Cube. I didn't know Bad Cube because Bad Cube mostly do like fucking, you know, small scale stuff, but their fucking Insecticons are masterpiece scale. And it's like $230 for 3 of them, and they're good. And then there's fans toys, which is $800 for 3 of them. And while they are in some ways a little better, like there's more metal used in the construction, they still have some fairly fucking glaring faults and weaknesses, and also in no way are they $600 better. You know, it's just like, what the fuck, man? Like, come on.
Who the fuck shot me?
Goddamn. I almost did it too. Like, the problem is, like, fucking, you know, Afterpay? Fucking
no.
PayPal has that now.
I've always wanted
And that just goes for everything. There's no like, oh, I wonder if I can Afterpay this. No, if PayPal's there, they're like, oh yeah, fuck it, there you go. So I was like, oh, well, that's fucking that then, you know? Save up and get myself that fucking Fans Toys Fortress Maximus that's almost my size. That's the silly one, but I do... will be my child. Call him Gobnort.
Fucking idiot. Oh, got me.
Yeah. It's funny now until I'm like bringing him over in like a hat to meet your daughter. Like,
Stroking him
and it
gently.
stops. Yeah, that is not. Then it's concerning. Taking him to his first day of school tomorrow. Oh,
Just keeps coming.
can you don't do that, please?
It's your lucky day, HR.
Zombies here have more shit growing out of their heads. I'm kind of curious if that's part of the.
Hey, snipes again, boys. Just keep
What the
dropping.
fuck is that business? Where's that tuba going? And that don't seem right.
Shoot it in the head. Maybe a couple more times.
Yeah, I got no ammo.
I mean, look, everyone's got, you know, shit that they buy. Like, fucking, I've had women give me shit about this shit, and it's just like, okay, like, what expensive Harry Potter thing do you have? And then there's that
Who
face.
destroyed the nest?
Okay, we had this is...
It was my
this
shotgun
happened-
while I was wildly panic firing. Unintentional.
Okay. Yeah, look at them. They're all like, there's trees in them and shit. Oh, that's fucking worse. That's grosser.
Yeah, like, these are the ferocious ones.
There's a stinger near me.
Yeah.
Oh, and a wretch.
Oh man, I'm out of ammo again.
That's
I dropped
that's not
sniper
good.
ammo by my corpse.
I got full now, thank you.
So I didn't want to give you it anyway.
Get him. Get him.
Cover me. Reloading.
Ah, fuck. I remember when, like, the first time I encountered ragdolling was in, like,
What's up?
Hitman 2 on the GameCube. Which was fucking rad. Like, I loved that game. I got Silent Assassin on every level but the last one, and I refused to look it up because I didn't want to fucking cheat, but I could not fucking figure it out. And like, after that, you're just like, because there's a Silent Assassin, then it's like also, okay, I'm just gonna get like the 2 super silver ballers and just run around and just blast people in the face and like see if I can powerbomb them off the fucking railing and shit. I still really wish a game, you know, there's a few indie games in development, but like I've stopped getting my hopes up about any indie wrestling games. Like the one that actually got released that's kind of like the old, you know, Tecmo arcade game. That's actually pretty fun. It needs some tweaking, but it got released and it's a fucking actually working game that's fun.
I said, do not shoot that.
Don't shoot the giant fucking pustule.
Think we've got.
Oh, fuck.
What's that? Ugh.
That's a spinner nest, so that's where they pop out of.
Ugh.
You can if you shoot the nest without them seeing you, they'll die. It's pretty good.
Knife. Look at that guy just fucking angry at wood. Dumbass.
What's in this?
Hey, wine.
Don't you, goblin? Quickly heal, though. Quickly heal.
They're breaking through the door.
Lordy.
I heard a big roar, Aaron.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the proper authorities come to take control of the situation.
It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. It's not fine.
It's not fine.
It's very not fine.
Fine is where I'm retracting fine. Look at the fucking frame rate survive this bullshit. Look at that. Fucking lord.
Man, that was murder cupboard.
So if you just like. Now that's a fun scene. Like, just look at that, you know? That's some zombie survival. What did we just do? That was, you know.
We survived.
Yeah.
I really need
just some pile of fucking meat right there.
SMG ammo as well. Anyone can spare any.
There's some out here.
Beautiful.
Let's.
That looked like 2 zombies making out. I know it wasn't, but it looked like it.
It's not an explodey barrel. It's just a barrel.
Have you ever thought about the mechanics of hypothetical zombie sex?
No.
Like, because it'd rot off after a while, wouldn't it?
There's shows about fucking zombies. I don't encourage them.
It's for science.
Oh. No science today. Let's go out the back. We're shooting this pulsating thing.
Well, that's Snyder of the Living Dead.
Backing back off to where we came from, okay?
I got a pipe bomb I can place somewhere.
No, just run. Trust.
There's that thinking we warned you about. Look at Rimbus there, dead. That's where thinking got us.
Oh, there's something on there.
Yeah, I think we're doing Patreon games, something.
At some point, yes.
Lou's back.
Welcome back, Lou. Keep backing up. Keep backing up.
The far less popular sequel
now you can
to
throw the
Welcome
pipe
Back.
bomb.
You got thing behind you, behind you, behind you.
Woo! Where'd you come from? Has he got 2 heads? Maybe it's not. Oh, maybe it's not a fat guy, but it's like 2 guys who are just really close. This really feels like ammo is more of a thing than this one.
100%.
Behind you.
I mean, I think there are zombie plot structures that work with the idea of like the tissue doesn't, you know, once infected and once reanimated, the tissue stops decaying, like at all.
All right, 2 of 3.
Anything good out there? Scream once for
No,
yes,
we're still waiting
twice
on.
for no.
We had this fucking great idea,
any
and it is a
rifle
great
ammo?
idea, but like, it necessitated like a functioning supply chain.
That
Which-
does not look safe.
Yeah,
Kinda got
like
fucked.
doing creative things
Calm
and
down.
like this for people like us who don't have the income to make it happen while COVID is on is very tough. Cause like, yeah,
The ways that we had planned were through a friend who, you know, was basically able to sort of mates race this thing, but like,
No
No.
napping on the job.
some of that shit dried up, and then
Back in the game.
hopefully it'll fucking
Thank you,
untangle.
kind sir.
You know, if we can get past this fucking cluster.
people can just stay the fuck home.
Get enough fucking cunts fucking vaccinated. Pfizer twice. 2 Ps for a double dose of my
Where's the
protection.
third one?
Double dose of my pimping.
Are the
Isn't there one on the roof?
You just follow the noodles or something.
You can follow the noodles, yeah.
Like, it looks. I mean, where's Seb going?
Oh.
Like having a
No.
fucking adventure.
oh,
Over there.
it's here.
Okay.
What?
This is the last one, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's gross.
Um,
Like that's a fun
Shoot it
thing
and leg it.
for this one is like this idea of like them spreading just weird organic material on the ground that kind of like congeals.
Do you want to shoot it, Aaron? Because you've got better stamina than me.
She's a mate.
Sure, someone hold that.
House.
You know
I'm
what
gonna set
really
up a
got me when
platform
some
as
people going
well.
through clips and submitting them on the Discord and shit is the one that was me going, I want a meat bush, and fucking you losing your shit and meat bush. It's good.
Oh, meat bush.
I was a meat bush.
Meat bush city limits.
No.
That was one of my better clips.
Keep going. Keep going.
Let's do
Well,
this.
some of the stuff we were gonna send is like still here. Like we did the video where we signed a bunch of things, and like there was that. Then there was like, you know, we had like another video. Where, like, okay, we got
International
this.
post is very, 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 very expensive. So we don't want to kind of like send out.
Stuff in drips and drabs.
Yeah, we want to do it all as one as a package.
And that, you know, prior to this all kicking off was like there was a fairly solidly organized plan of like we even got like a few of the, you know, bits and pieces sort of, you know, mocked up. It was just like, oh yeah, we can fucking do this and actually afford it, and it'll be worth it for this little thing. And then it was just like,
Need more sniper.
yeah. Like hopefully after this fucking bubble's dealt with, we can.
I'd say realistically,
There's
Like-
like 4 dudes.
next
Don't worry.
month onwards. Like as long as things clean up here, it depends on like people taking their vaccines and stuff and getting it all under wraps.
If we can tamp down this current fucking little pop, then. 'Cause it's the problem is there's never been not some fucking shit somewhere. You know, like Melbourne had that one, and now Sydney's having that one, and you know Adelaide had one, and then Brisbane gets like the little starter ones, but then you know manages to fucking.
No. You haven't. If you were on the list, you're not off the list. There's no way to be off the list.
Yeah, no one's got shit. Like, because the idea it was okay, we're gonna get this stuff together, we'll send it off at once,
There.
and then that's it. That's fucking, you know, that's done.
Same thing. We piss bolt back to where we came from. Because that goes downstream and makes a bridge over here on the left. So it's best to funnel back to where we were. There you go.
I do like the idea that like, you know, eventually we'll actually fucking get this fucking thing done, and it'll be good, and you know, be sending these little reward packages off to people who've outgrown us and hate us now.
Need to reload. What the fuck, guys?
I am so sorry.
What the fuck are these dweebs? Oh.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, like, it's fucking strange, man, like, cause It's people from like my generation too, because like Mum's generation grew up when the tail end of polio was still a fucking thing. It's like, what's that kid in the fucking giant battery? Oh yeah, that's how he breathes.
Need ammo.
Yep, that's his life.
Who needs what ammo?
Hey, snipe. Always snipe.
Shotgun.
I
Gun.
need
Yeah, Perth is forever safe. Yeah, I forgot about Perth.
His shotgun,
There's
his
a
rifle.
shotgun.
I'm not using those.
Yeah, Canberra's having a little one.
And
What have we here?
Any of y'all want this?
Taking this.
Add zombie. Our ammo.
Keeping that for
This stuff's so
Far
easy.
cord coming.
Yeah.
That crate's full of ammo.
Seed.
Runch defended me. I'm sure it was accidental.
No, I mean,
Oh,
like, the lack of
oh,
updates
yeah.
is generally a me thing, because I hate fucking talk. You know, I don't want to do that, like, game developer thing where you're just constantly talking about something that's not getting fucking done. Like, we mentioned in a video a while back where it's just like, this is just on hold, because, you know,
Reloading.
if we were fucking way richer, we could just fucking, you know,
Oh yeah, no, we
spend
don't.
the fucking money to
Also-
bulldoze our way through this.
Yeah,
But it was-
100%. Also, no, never feel bad about asking questions. And no, I don't take it as malcontent at all. Like, that's the whole part of having a community and having a discourse and stuff. And Discord is, I keep in touch. Like, I do a lot of that social sort of stuff.
Wonder what's in here.
Oh, those guys were just hanging out. Just be careful. At the back left there.
having a party.
Oh, yeah. Oh, now he's in the house.
Yeah, it was funny watching the fucking WA libs get absolutely fucking reamed like that.
Reloading here.
I mean, WA labor is not exactly fucking great.
Oh, big boy, big boy, big boy.
Shoot the head.
Good work, guys. I just ran.
Runch just standing in the corner there, hanging out.
Blue vector there.
I actually admire that. Like, they got reamed, but the guy fucking getting reamed was like, yeah, well, you know, this is happening. And I was like, yeah, all right. You know,
What kind of sociopath puts a scope on a shotgun?
you're gonna get beat, fucking cop it. Don't be a fucking baby.
Me.
I don't know much about fucking WA's fucking situation, but I'm willing to bet that if anyone walking into that situation was probably getting fucking sold a dump to begin with, so it's like, you know, you're just gonna be that guy in that role while this happens.
Did you hear that?
Run around without a head.
Runch is being squeezed.
You okay?
Yeah, I unsqueezed myself.
Here comes the snuggler. Alright, get in the hole. You can stop shooting these guys now.
Sorry. That probably smart.
Quick, get into the safety trailer.
Well, we're all still breathing, so that's something.
Welcome to our impregnable trailer.
Only the hardened of zombies can get in here.
Also doubles as
No
a
one
meth
can.
lab.
Tornadoes fuck it up, but you know. I mean, hey, there's a fucking thing. Like, an event, like a fucking, you know, how there'll be like boss stages. You know what a boss stage for this shit should be? A tornado full of zombies.
Be pretty sick.
Yeah. Because that's gotta happen.
Zomnados.
Yeah. Like, they don't know to get out of the way. They're gonna do fucking go for cover.
Yeah, no, they'd get hurled the fuck everywhere.
Yeah, there'd be noise. They'd go outside, hey, what's that? And then before you know it, there's just this fucking tornado full of fucking zombies. They probably get flung around and shit. Like, you could be somewhere in like the fucking tornado alley and then just, you know, plop. There's just fucking, you know, those cunts got hurled over from like, yeah, miles away. Life Palmer is, yeah, he's a fucking maniac.
Blurv Palmer. Blurv Palmer. Blurv Palmer. Blurv Palmer.
Clove Pima. My God, he sucks. He just sucks on so many levels, too.
Batty McFuckhead. Yeah.
It's like, at least do some stupid shit, you know? Make fucking the Titanic 2. Like, fucking get around to it. Don't fucking just... You know, if you're gonna be just like a retarded moose, fucking... Like, you can clean that out. That doesn't need to be in here, you know? Like, that's just messy. I understand you haven't fucking rubbed a chucks around for a bit, but like you could drag
he's
that out.
alive. Like he's a zombie. One of the voice lines she says, "Don't mind," blah blah blah. He's so like that's I think like a friendly zombie.
Huh. Great West Zealand. You know, I was not on board this idea until Great West Zealand. That I can support.
We already have enough trouble
Hopefully
with the
climate
West
change
Coast Mars
causes some
even.
wild oceanic contractions and we get like the fucking full New Zealand continent emerge.
My husband.
We're gonna need somewhere to fucking stick the Samoans and shit, because, you know.
South Auckland isn't big enough to hold them all.
Yeah, but we should get tested anyway. We're not really one for company, if you get my drift.
Well, America will get American
Patching myself
Samoans.
up.
I'm just guessing we're gonna get the fucking arrest.
See that? Headshots don't work my ass.
We'll just create some new suburbs. We'll have New Samoa, and then we'll stick New Tonga right next to it just for laughs.
Fucking hell.
Fucking hell. Oh, I think last Rugby World Cup, where it was Tonga versus Samoa, there was fucking fist fights and riots and shit in South Auckland because
Careful,
of
there's
that.
a wall. Dimple. Got it.
It's funny too, because they're so similar.
I like this guy up in the car on the left. On the right here, look at him.
He's a working man. He knows what he's doing. Gonna get fired now, man. That's gonna be a late delivery. I mean,
Oh shit. That's bad. Shoot it, shoot it, shoot it.
The zombies are here, but like, you know, Amazon still has next day delivery.
No.
Only with a lot more
A snitch. That's novel.
Well, I say more biting.
Yeah, I saw that. That's like, you know, that's geological time though. They're Australian morons. Yeah, pretty much.
Like machine gun here.
Oh, another wall pimple. Watch out.
Well, this game's storyline is Leopold Bloom's wife is cheating on him. And I don't know, man. It's fucking zombies and shit. Like, I mean, there's some, you know, there's some zest
Checking the vehicle.
to the sort of.
So the
Concept.
characters are, I think, are called cleaners, I believe, and they're kind of, you know, paid mercenaries of the state who get sent in to, you know, help stem the fucking zombies and shit. I don't fucking know, something like that.
See, this is where you're like fucking assassin drones would come in handy. Although I feel like if you programmed a bunch of assassin drones to get these guys, it also accidentally kill a lot of Darth Maul cosplayers.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that. That's a sacrifice they were willing to make when they put on the cow.
they knew the risks. Shit's fucked.
Yeah, shit should be very fucked.
Hello, Smith. I love that game.
You know, I bet Dan Aykroyd would watch
Such a
footage of this
perfectly
game and
batshit
get
insane
real
fucking
events.
This way.
Fucking
Oh, fuck, get it.
Rosario and fucking Susie. Susie was my favorite fucking weird little side character just showing up. One of my favorite things about that game was the way that like
Ew.
all the weirdo characters with their weirdo speech patterns, you could actually hear and make out things being said that were kind of what the subtitles were saying, but not. I just love that.
Gotta admit, that sounds pretty good.
We always wanted to be one of those teams, you know? Fighting bad guys, messing monsters, calling
It's a weird game. It's almost a point-and-click adventure game with like a first-person shooter element.
There's a lot more guns and killing than I imagined.
Daddy needs sniper ammo, boys.
Way to kill a mood, kiddo.
And that guy was trapped the fuck under there.
Why on earth did I pick
Okay.
Did you see that?
That's why like kills with regen your health are really good skill, because like the trap ones are just free health.
Well, that and like the knife seems pretty effective.
Oh,
Like,
it is so good. It is by far the best card, I think.
So you've got a card that makes your knife good.
Yeah, so you don't usually have a knife, you got a bash.
Oh, okay.
Your like weapon.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. I think it was a skin.
Did blood just go to heaven?
Yeah.
I am so sorry.
Need to reload.
Reloading.
Hello, Smith.
Don't come down near me. I'm the fucking...
I mean, if anything, I think the lack of a solid grasp of English made it better. Like, there are situations where that really does work. Like, there's the original subtitle track for fucking the proper version of not Kung Fu Hustle, Shaolin Soccer. That wasn't the fucking Western edited release. The subtitles are just a little bit off. And most of the time it's fine, but like every now and then there's just something that's just slightly off and it makes everything so much funnier.
When you take damage while sprinting, you lose all stamina.
No!
Oh, that's so...
Is there like a fucking upside to
The
that?
trade-off is not worth it. Like, because you get plus 40% stamina efficiency.
What have we here?
Oh yeah, whoopty fucking shit!
Got a clue.
Oh, I got hit. Well, all of it's gone, like... Jesus, wept. I'm Larry. Larry Laffer. Sounds of muffled gorilla violence.
I'm taking that
I
rifle.
want that, someone to turn that into like a version of Sound of Silence.
So, when you start the truck,
It's the sound of
Text me.
muffled gorilla violence.
Don't start it yet, please.
hello, Bobo, my old friend.
All right.
Such a good joke.
Ready?
Yeah.
Are
you want to
in
die?
that direction?
Yeah.
Yeah. That fog, is that fog coming like as part of the event, or did that just happen to roll in while this was kicking off?
I don't know. Sometimes, like, I've be able to see here.
Because that's a fucking bum hog of a roll. Yeah.
And one on my left I can't get. Thank you.
We get it. He was the
Yeah.
best part of Phantom Menace.
I've got you. Not the time for a fight, HR.
Hello, Keeper, my old friend.
Thanks, Hawk.
To talk to you again.
That I was not prepared for.
No, I haven't played any of Strive.
Nice.
My housemate's trying to get me to, but squirming bits came out of that one. That was fucking gross. I like that.
All right.
You gotta put more shit. What the fuck? Oh, blue turtles. Look at that.
We lost contact with
Yeah, they're
a patrol
squeaky.
near your location yesterday. Be on
Oh.
guard for anything unusual.
I love the raw panic visible in the way you look and move when a fucking, you know.
Oh,
That's unfortunate. I'm not really like, I don't generally, like, I love Arxis's graphics engine. I think that is their crowning achievement currently. And I would love to see like a remake of like Third Strike or like a fucking sequel to Third Strike done in that. I think it'd be beautiful. But I don't care for the gameplay style of like the anime fighters. Like even this round of KOF's apparently gonna be a little slower, and I'm happy with that because I feel like when they lean into like the super aggressive forms, you just wind up with like the fucking, you know, Kyo situation, which is just not fun if you're not like a fucking, you know, high level player. He doesn't play LOL, he plays Dota, but yeah. I think he was just kind of tired of me like fucking. Because he's not bad at fighting games, but the problem is, like, particularly with Street Fighter, is I have 20 years of fucking meta on him. But, like, I don't have something really the equivalent for anime fighters. I just don't know what the fuck's happening at any given point, you know? Like, there's like, light punch, okay. Hard punch, alright. Dust, don't know what that is. This button turns you into a couch, alright.
You'll be okay, Hoff.
Thanks, hon.
Need 100
And the
angst to do your astral tier move.
Everyone come back here.
Okay.
I can.
Ammo crate. Ammo's only for you.
Oh, that moves an
Oh, is
overhead
it?
and a low at once.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, it's lame.
Thought I used it another time and it gave everyone ammo.
I
Is
think
this
gameplay
store
wise, the
alarmed?
KOFs have been solid, but fuck, I
No one's got
I
toolkit.
miss, and I know why they can't do it, but fuck, I miss 13's art style. Like 13's a game I still play from time to time. I didn't like the designs of every character, like fucking Clark and Ralph were just weirdly muscle bound, which didn't fit.
Jesus.
But
Is there
I mean, God, it was beautiful. It's such a beautiful game.
This is it.
It's cage while I was sleeping. Gorilla violence. Yeah, Skullgirls was another one. I like Skullgirls. I think it's, you know, it's really creative. I think some of the stuff that it, like, you know, having a character who could like reshape where the edges of the screen was and stuff like that, that was interesting. Like, they had some real fun in terms of experimenting with fighting game design approaches. But yeah, just like, I don't like the fucking, you know, light, medium, hard cookie cutter combos. Like, there are some characters who should have those, like those target combo things. You know, like your ninjas and Dudley, you know, like Dudley having these as boxing combinations fits his character and his fighting style, and it gives him something that is unique to that. But like, if everybody has that, you know, it's the same problem that like fucking Street Fighter Cross Tekken had, whereas there's this light, medium, hard thing, and it just results in this really homogenous feeling for all the characters. Yeah, I really like, you know, think that we're due. I think a Capcom versus SNK 3 is what we need. Marvel versus didn't work. People like versus games though. You know, SNK and Marvel's art style, right? I mean, SNK and Capcom's art styles right now are very similar and could easily, you know, it'd be like that situation with fucking CVS 1 and 2 where it was like, oh yeah, we're just gonna pull in some fucking, you know, sprites from
anyone
fucking
have this
Alpha.
assault rifle ammo?
You know, you probably wouldn't even really have to, you wouldn't even have to do the fucking extra work for this one. So it's like, just import the fucking things, you know. Yeah, I'm unsurprised 13 made them bankrupt, almost made them bankrupt. Because like 12, I mean, 12 was a disaster. Then 13 built on it was an actually complete game.
I'm fine.
And yeah, it was, you know, it was great. It's just, I mean, the crazy thing is now though, is like, you know, there's 2 games I can think of, like some indies that are ridiculously, just gorgeously animated. Like Blazing Strike just got a trailer put out. It looks really nice. Look that up if you're curious. There's another one that's like done by Brazilians or Portuguese or some shit. Like, honestly, it looks like fun. Like, I'd like to see a little bit of, you know, because like it's the beta, so. You know, like it's hard to sort of get a full feel for, you know, everything as it will be. But I mean, you know, the meat and potatoes are good. I like that, you know, there's a little more in terms of what each character brings to the table, and that like it sort of does require a little more active teamwork as opposed to just 4 people kind of walking in the one direction. These stages are a lot longer too. Like,
yeah, they get longer as you go on.
Because that was something like the last, you know, time that the video upload we did, like some of the stages were just like they just felt very, very short, and like the versus stages being like these little hubs.
I know versus sucks.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Like you know, just
no one likes versus, but I think the consensus is that versus was shoved in to appease the publisher because it's very battle royale style.
Shotgun ammo.
Well, I mean, just even if you like a battle royale would fit something like this, but just with like, you know, bigger. Like I thought the whole point of battle royales is you got to have a fairly big space. Like,
yeah, they want to do it cheap and fucking ham it on just to make money.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Most people will just play the PvE anyway.
Yeah. My dream would be Arxis doing the fucking art for it, and me getting to fucking direct the sequel to Third Strike. Street Fighter 3 4th Wave. Because like third strike ends with Gil winning and nobody's dealt with that. Like that hasn't been addressed. Everything's been set before that. So I want to set this like 10 years into like Gil's reign.
Much appreciated.
And there's like, he hasn't like just mentally taken over everybody on Earth because that was never real. Because that was never really his goal. But like politically, he's just in charge.
Careful, there's a wall nipple somewhere.
But there are people like, you know, best fighters in the world are a bit too resistant to his control for his liking. So he's got another tournament.
There it is.
It's clearly a trap, but a lot of people have to go just to see if they can get rid of him.
And Dudley's still trying to get his car back.
Yeah.
Could come in handy.
Yeah, like I feel like it would have been, considering what happened after that surge after Street Fighter 4, like, you know, like there was Tekken, like, you know, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, which didn't do very well. Like, it's probably for the best that some of these extra games didn't get done because it just would have been overkill and it would have, you know, I don't think they'd have had a fair run at it. I think like now, as Street Fighter, as 5's coming to an end, as, you know, 15's about to kick off, I think it'd be a good point for like a crossover title. And I really do think that you could, you know, again, it's not like we're expecting someone to draw new sprite art here, you know, there'd be just, you could put that Street Fighter, you know, the Ryu fucking, you know, models in with the fucking King of Fighters models.
I need sniper ammo.
Yeah,
shotgun.
The gems and the fucking, yeah, there's just too much shit in the game. Well, some of the characters ideas that I've got for like 4th wave are like, Sagat's back, but he's also like absorbed some of Bison's psycho power because he thinks he needs it to take Gil down. You got like Psycho Sagat.
My secret character, Spendthrift Sagat.
Spendthrift Sagat. I like that account.
I couldn't find it, man. I went looking for it.
Necro would just be back in it. Like, I think Necro would transfer really well. He's still a resistance fighter. 12. I don't know if I'd have 12 in there.
13.
Q would be in there.
This is 12 with one more attack.
Yeah, 12, but one of his moves is safe on hit.
Yeah, that's 13. There you go.
Q's definitely back, but also he's like fucked up. So instead of being a tank, he is now a glass cannon. And cancel out of everything because he's glitched. No health. Every taunt makes him attack more, takes away some of his health.
Begins with -5 health.
Starts with -5 health. But just, you know, I want to see the characters old. You know, like I want to see an old Chun-Li, who's like fucking. Chun-Li will, you know, be in it older, like definitely more mature, and she'll have like Gen's style shift because she's not a cop anymore. You know, she's a revolutionary, so she's using like Gen's assassination techniques along with her style.
Yep, thanks, Paul.
She'd have a lot of like status effect attacks.
I've rethought my secret character. I want Guy Fieri. No, Shin Guy Fieri.
Omega Guy Fieri. Like the thing is, we joke, but I guarantee you that's in Mugen somewhere.
Oh, 100%.
Shin Guy Fieri.
Sean's dead.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, he tried and died.
Oh.
But you know, then Laura's in it. Ken's the main character. There's no Ryu at the start. But he shows up if you beat the game with Sagat. Because I'll have it a bit like... Because the thing is, Giant Attack wasn't a very good game, but it was remarkably organized in terms of how it told its story.
Don't open that door.
It's like, Gil wasn't everybody's boss in Giant Attack, and I'd have it that way here too. Like, everyone would fight Gil usually as the second last boss, but like, you know, it might not necessarily be... Because it's Sagat that kills him.
Not feeling my best right now.
But like, Ryu helps. Because he like uses the Metsu Hadouken to shut down fucking Resurrection. And then uses the Shungoku Satsu to fucking kill the fucking Bison energy and fucking Sagat.
I'm
Alright, so in here,
Yeah,
we need
Ken
to pick
from
up
Street Fighter
boards
2010.
I need a little help here.
and put them on the windows. One board up will stop the special infected from getting in. There's 6 boards total. It's going to be hectic as fuck. So get ready.
Oh, yeah, just not bitter, but like Chun-Li is harsh now. Like she's a killer. She's not like,
Away from the door.
I'm gonna bring you to justice. She's like, I should have killed you ages ago when I had the chance, and I didn't, and now some of this is my fault. And so like, one of the twins is dead. The other one I'll let live. I don't know. I don't know who. But yeah, I love the idea of like just her showing up with like fucking, you know, the kicks, but also like Gen's rapid fingertip punches. And also like depending on like what you're doing, some combos and stuff, you can like get like sort of reductions or like, you know, she gets increased chip damage on specials. Like I'd have her be like a kind of status change character.
Here we go, Holly.
I owe you one. I got you.
If we stay down, we can just be infinite ammo turrets, so don't be too panicked.
Angelo's down. First time's free. I'm pretty sure.
Cripples make good turrets.
Yeah, the
I've got you, Angelo.
the issue is just if
Zangief will be
many
missing
people
because
were
like
down.
he'll be in one of fucking Gil's weird chambers.
Let me get you up.
Because Gil's still trying to work out where he gets his seemingly boundless fucking energy from.
Much obliged.
So Mika would be like
I'm almost out.
trying to
Need to
find her
pick up.
master and bring back muscle spirit.
Guys, they're all around me.
Thanks, kid.
Thank you.
Oh,
Adam. She drops all these fucking worms and shit when she gets killed.
nice, boys. Well done. That one's tough.
She'd be close. She'd be like a halfway. Like she'd be definitely bulkier and definitely a bit slower than she was. But like kind of like a halfway point. Like very specifically she'd have like some heavyweight moves and some lucha moves.
She also would have a different name. She would now be S. Mika. She's been
Actually,
upgraded.
yeah,
It's
no,
Mika.
because that's a very wrestler thing. Like she can't be Rainbow because Rainbow
Yeah.
Mika's for happier times.
Exactly. S for Stratego Mika.
Yeah, no, like Sting. just Sting Mika. It's just Rainbow Mika, but in fucking Sting's pro
Shining
outfit.
Mika. Shining Mika.
Yeah, like that's like muscle spirit, and because Zangief's too dumb to think about it, it doesn't end. Like, 'cause he just doesn't understand it. So he's kind of hit like this sort of point of purity like Ryu has. But I'd actually end Ryu functionally in terms of like his primary narrative. He's like perfected himself. He understands. Because like at the point in like Third Strike, because like it's where it starts with like fucking Gotetsu is like they use Go Hado energy, which is like the killing intent energy, but they have to like purge it out of them after they use it because otherwise it builds up and they become fucking like Akuma. So Akuma loves that and is like, why purge it? It just makes you stronger, and that's why he becomes that.
Take a
But
look.
what Ryu does is develop the no Hado energy, which is a kind of neutral form of it. So that's why Ken and Ryu can just like throw Hadoukens and Shoryukens without having to fucking worry. But I'd have him like progress to the point where like it's not about never having that energy. You know, it's not about using a no energy. It's about being able to use the fucking, you know, dark energy with such knowledge of it that you don't have to fear it conquering you. And that's why he's able to just like use the Metsu, you know, Hadouken and shit without worry. Or like fucking, you know, raging demon the fucking bison spirit out of Sagat's brain.
Okie dokie. Players that have joined us, thank you so much. This is going to be us for tonight. Thank you for joining in. Hope you enjoyed. Yes? No?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was alright, suppose.
You
Well,
motherfuckers.
fuck you then.
Oh, take care, boys. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Okay, thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone, for watching. It's been a pleasure. We will catch you very soon. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. Remember, this game comes out on Game Pass. Get it on Game Pass. We'll be playing it. It'll be fun. Take care. Bye.